and welcome to the first week of Blairvember.
Blairvember
2018. I'm Mike Wood.
I'm Chris, man.
And I'm Bobby Trippett.
And we're talking about 1989's... What is it? Bailout.
It's Linda, bitch.
Hey, Bobby, I got the money.
Yeah, I made the team. But you're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
Where did you say knockers? I don't know.
Spooky ain't got no real rhythm.
Hello,
We're gonna play a little game, baby.
I just love funny games. Get a little girl all hot and horny.
This is Los Angeles.
How the hell would women live? I'm horny. And maybe Daddy wouldn't have had to kill himself because he couldn't get it up anymore.
What a shame.
Come on, just step on the gas before we get green. And more.
Guys, we're here on the first week of Blairvember 2018 talking about a movie that Linda's in.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
This is kind of what Blairvember's becoming, is that, like, Linda was in movies. Does she star in them? No, but she's in them.
This is
as
more
we
of-
launch headfirst into our third Blairvember, I mean, we're getting to a point where that's the best we can hope for, is this movie definitely has Linda Blair in it.
Yep.
It's not a where is she now, it's is she here now?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's in this movie more than some movies last year, though.
Absolutely.
She's
Oh,
definitely in
God.
this more than
The Chilling?
She was in The Chilling or in the, what was that?
That prison
Moving
movie?
Target.
Oh,
the Jason Bateman movie.
Right, yeah.
She was great in that one.
That one,
Oh,
I
man.
think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that she was in the least.
Yes.
As far as Blairvember movies have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's
And she
definitely
walked
in
the
this
fuck
one.
out of The Chilling.
Oh, yeah, she was. She had to get to shoot Moving Target.
Yeah.
She just walked from one set to the next.
And in that one, she was a moving target.
Yeah, and then she walked right to Bailout, which was not originally called Bailout. However, it kind of was, because the title of the movie, if you notice, says Bailout on the title card.
Yeah.
However, at the end of the movie, it has a completely different title.
Like it changed its mind on what it wanted to be called halfway through it.
Yeah.
Halfway through. It
reinvented itself.
Now, guys, the original name of this movie is WB, Blue, and the Bean.
Well, that's a fun name.
Yeah, it sounds,
That sounds
fun,
like
right?
It sounds like a NoFX album.
Yeah, it kind of does.
or like
Chris,
a nice kids movie.
Can you explain to us why
Oh, God.
the names are used WB, Blue, and the Bean?
Well, WB being for white boy,
White bread.
white bread.
White bread.
Which is David Hasselhoff, which
Right.
we're talking about.
So they are going to be sprinkled titles to the, let's say, the race of each character as a nickname.
So
used.
Blue is...
So the white guy
Blue
is
is-
WB for white bread. The
Yeah.
Hispanic guy is known as the bean,
And
and
the-
the Smurf is called Blue.
Yeah.
Right, yes. Papa Smurf is blue in this movie.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, they called a Mexican character the Bean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and variations on such.
Oh, yeah.
throughout
They
the
had
film.
an ER, too, at the end of it a lot of times.
It was just great fun. If you have a friend who's not white, feel free to call him every Rachel slur, because he's your friend, which makes it okay.
And I'm sure everybody...
That's our message here at the
Yeah.
Grindbin.
I mean, when we were...
Take it from us honks.
Yeah, us honks. When we were kids, that term was still used, and I think in entertainment, because this is 1989,
Well,
and
us
so
being,
like Bean, as you know, adding an ER to the end of it, was used. I mean, it wasn't a term of endearment, but
No, certainly
it was
not.
certainly used.
But us being old millennials, a lot of words that are certainly and rightfully inappropriate now were just thrown about all willy-nilly when we were young.
Yeah,
You didn't see that episode of Captain Kangaroo where he called the kid a flame boy?
no, but I believe it happened.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
many batteries you had to put in a flame boy?
No, how many?
Upwards of 6.
So, guys, the writer, director, and producer of this movie, yeah, that's right. A little triple threat,
Another
baby.
passion project.
And by the way, he had the decency to at least fucking use one title card for all that. We
thank
didn't have to
God.
see, you know, the Novell Turner special where he puts his name for every credit about 10 times. Max Clevin. Only 6 directing credits, believe it or not.
Huh.
However, he has a lot of second unit directing, like lots and lots of second unit directing, and stunts. He's a stunt man. Included in his second unit work is 2002 Spider-Man, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and all sorts of other big movies that he did the second unit work for, which I was like, that's a career.
Yeah.
He also did stunts for Back to the Future
What
and
stunts?
Species.
Do you know what stunts he did?
Chris, I don't know what exact stunts
Well, you
a
should.
60-year-old man did for, you know what, Doc Brown.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, that would make sense, right?
I'm going to say he was a stunt guy for the farmer at the beginning. Old man Peabody.
Probably,
The guy from Silent Night, Deadly Night?
Yeah.
Because the guy
That's
was
the granddad. from
Yeah,
John A.
that's
Diddley.
right.
Yeah, he was the stunt double for him, probably. Because he was born in 1933. So he was in
makes
his
sense.
50s, I guess, when
Yeah,
they were making
he was
Back
one
to
of the
Future,
Libyans,
so-
actually.
Yeah.
He's a stunt Libyan.
Stunt Libyan.
Yeah. Remember when that was a thing, the Libyans? You know?
Yeah, that was a threat.
Are
it
there
ever?
still Libyans? Am I
Libyans, you
mistaken?
out there? We haven't heard from you in a while.
Hey, reach
Come
out
on.
to us, Libyans.
Yeah.
We're listening.
Actually, don't reach out. let's not, you know.
listen for the sound of that VW bus. Mike,
Yeah. No.
pulling around the corner.
So the 6 directing credits, guys.
Doc Wood.
One of them, 1980s Ruckus,
Okay.
which is another Linda movie.
That is another Linda movie.
Yeah, it stars Linda and what's his face man from
Dirk Benedict.
Yeah, Dirk Benedict from Body Slams in that movie too. Ruckus. Maybe that'll show up in Blair Remember. We'll see.
You never know.
1986, The Night Stalker,
Ooh.
which was with Charles Napier and Robert Zadar.
Man.
So yeah.
Now, is that one about Richard Ramirez, or is that one about Kolchak?
I don't know.
All right.
But I imagine Robert Zadar was playing Richard Ramirez.
Boy, dead ringer.
Yeah. 1988, he made a movie called Deadly Strangler, which is not a slasher movie. It's about like people running away from like a cartel.
And I gotta tell you,
cool.
that's the worst kind of strangler.
Yeah, the deadly kind. 1998, The Hunted. So 10 years after this movie, he made one more movie.
10
9
years?
years, sorry.
Oh.
9 years after this, he made one more movie that nobody watched.
Well, refine
So,
your craft for
yeah.
9 years for nothing.
So, guys, here we go.
Here we go.
Let's just get through the first 3 credits.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. Triple threat Grindbin All-Stars. We got David Hasselhoff from Star Crash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Linda Blair from Everything. John Vernon
Yeah.
from Chained Heat and Savage Streets. That's
right.
right. John Vernon is in this movie.
JV.
Yeah, everywhere Linda goes, John Vernon might follow.
Or
There
is she
are,
following John Vernon?
I think she was getting him gigs at some point. She's
Yeah, I
like,
think
Can we
so.
bring in John? They're like, you know John Vernon? She's like, yeah, you ever seen Savage Streets? He's like, what?
I gotta point out something real quick. There are 2 other Grindbin
Oh, there are.
All-Stars.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on.
Just making sure.
Oh, yeah, we got to
Bobby, we'll get to them.
I'm sorry. You
We're
said,
going through
you
the
said
main
3,
players,
so
okay?
I wanted to make sure.
we got to build up the crowd a bit.
We're going through the main players first. Then we'll get to our other ones. And by the way, I found another. There's actually quite a few. There's
Wow.
more than 2.
There's actually 13 Grindbin. No.
Like,
Believe it or not, there is.
What?
No, there's not 13.
I was
but
gonna
there's,
say.
there's about 7.
7.
This
Yeah.
film would collapse under the weight of All-Stars if there were that many.
There's a lot, Chris.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
That'd be-
I remembered faces, and I was like, I know that person. Oh, yeah, there they go.
Yeah, there they go.
But this man is not a Grindbin All-Star. Tony Brubaker, who plays Blue, 216 credits as a
busy
stuntman.
man. Oh, stuntman.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the director is a stuntman. He hires his stuntman friends because Blue is a stuntman. And he was a stuntman in movies such as the 1970s Rollerball.
Hell yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Backdraft,
No shit.
which was a movie they based that ride on.
Right.
In Universal. You
Right.
know?
Ride.
Thank God
Where you
that's
stand
gone.
there behind a pane of glass.
Fuck that shit. 2 hours in the hot sun for that one. You can hear that on a past episode. So fuck that shit. Never been more excited to go on a ride until I walked in a room and they told me it was over. And he was also a stuntman in First Kid, so I assume he was Sinbad's stuntman. Which, by the way, of all the Sinbad movies, First Kid might be the best.
I think no, my favorite Sinbad movie is still Jingle All the Way.
Really?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good one. I don't know, something about First Kid, you know, Sinbad and the White House, you know.
Sinbad in the White House.
Oh, you gotta love it. And he plays a
do.
Secret Service guy, and he's like, I really want to protect the president. They're like, well, you protect his son. He's like, fuck!
Go play catch with the sun.
That's a weird movie, man. They
Yeah.
I think they kill that guy at the end that kidnapped the kid.
Really?
Yeah, I think Sinbad. Oh wait, yeah. The guy tries to.
You know that scene where Sinbad shoots a guy in the head?
Actually,
he gets the okay
it's
from
the other way
from
around.
The kid.
Take the
kid,
shot.
The kid nods and says, "Take
Yeah.
the shot."
Yeah, I
Secret
believe
Service
it. There's a crazy ginger man who kidnaps the kid.
Yeah.
And it all ends in a mall. It is. And it all ends in a mall. And the guy has a gun and he tries to shoot a child. And Sinbad jumps in front of the kid and takes the bullet in his chest. And then I think they fire that redhead up with a bunch of bullets. Like, I'm pretty sure he dies like fucking Murphy in RoboCop
Yeah.
at the end of that Disney movie.
There was a new red fountain in that mall.
Yeah,
that
well,
day.
it's called the Mall of America, so they wanted to run red with the blood of a traitor.
Yeah.
So.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
a weird movie, man. So he has over 50 acting credits, though, Tony Brubaker. Yes, Bobby.
I was going to point out, you said he's not a Grindbin All-Star?
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. Here we go.
You're right. I do
Because
have
Keep
it
us in check.
Okay. Does it count if you didn't perform on screen?
Yeah, well, he is a Grindbin All-Star for another movie, actually. Yeah, that was supposed to be... it was my surprise, but I even surprised myself by not writing that in the notes. I have it right here halfway through, so let's pretend like we didn't say that, okay? So he does have 50 credits for acting. 1970, Cotton Comes to Harlem. He was
Great
in that
movie.
movie. 1972, Buck and the Preacher. 1973, guys, he was uncredited in Westworld.
Hell yeah.
He was
no
in
way.
the Saloon Brawl, so he was a stuntman.
cool.
In that. And then, I lied. He is a Grindbin All-Star for a recent movie. Guys,
Was he in Sugar Hill?
Sugar
Fuck
Hill.
yeah.
He was the head zombie.
Yes.
The head zombie.
The head zombie.
So we saw a lot of him in Sugar Hill.
Apparently.
He had the silver ping pong balls on his eyes. He
Yeah.
was wearing the cobwebs.
Cool.
Sugar
So,
Hill.
listeners at home, look at the counter at the bottom of your screen. We're at 4
Yeah.
for Grindbin All-Stars.
1974, he's in Black Samson. 1974, Hang Up. 1975, Mr. Rico. 1975, he was in Friday Foster, Pam Grier movie. 1983, Blue Thunder. I knew you would see that one, Bobby. The Roy Schneider, the real
course.
classic. 1993, Nowhere to Run. Van Damme, is that a good movie? Am I right? No, that's later Van Damme.
Oh.
Probably one that was written by somebody you know, Bobby, right?
Probably.
The next guy we have, Thomas Rosales Jr., who plays Gonzalez. 183 credits for stunts and 171 for acting. He was in huge movies. He actually was one of the characters on the bus in Speed.
Really?
Just
Yeah.
one of the people on the bus.
Well, there's 15 people on the bus or
Something
something?
like that.
I think he's like one of those guys. Yeah, he was on the bus in
Just sit
Speed.
there and white knuckle it and look scared.
Yeah.
Easy day.
And then he was in Pirates of the Caribbean, Commando, Raw Deal, The Running Man. He was in basically every
got some Arnold
80s
gigs, yeah.
Schwarzenegger gig.
Wow.
Yeah. RoboCop 2, he was in that. And others.
Was he Rico in The Running Man?
I don't know.
The guy whose head explodes because the perimeter isn't deactivated?
He might be, actually. He's in a lot of shit, man.
Yeah.
And Schwarzenegger apparently loved him, so
Yeah.
put him in everything. He was in 1984 as The Lost Empire, the old Wynorski. And that's with Grindbin All-Star Raven De La Croix. And so I'm from
Yes.
the What Have You Up. And I guess
Yep.
everybody can guess what type of movie Wynorski made there. Huh? What do you think?
Oh, man.
It's
Love
like
it.
sword and sandals, whatever you call it, but with women.
Oh, give me some
So.
LaCroix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop open that Croy. Omega Syndrome, he was in that movie, 1986. Eye of the Tiger, 1986. Now, if you haven't seen this movie, guys, highly recommended. It's a Gary Busey movie. That's the one where he shoves a dynamite up a man's ass.
All
It'll
right.
probably be on the Grindbin at one point. It's a great movie. 1990, hey, another Van Damme movie, Death Warrant. He was in that.
Lovely.
Here's one I don't know if you knew, Bobby. Did you know that Dick Durock was in this movie?
I saw it in the end credits and I have no idea where he was in the film.
He plays the character of Corbin.
Uh-huh.
And I just write that as a question mark?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
So you're with me too.
Yeah.
but
I don't know
Swamp
that-
Thing's in this
He
movie.
must have got cut from the film because I couldn't find him.
Fucking Swamp Thing's in here. Grindbin All-Star Dick Durock.
Hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
If you can find him, you win a prize.
So I
in
got
the-
two more, but they're in the movie. So let's not spoil them yet.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Okay.
So before we get into the movie, let's take a listen to the trailer.
Help me!
Wanted. Bounty hunter to retrieve $1 million heiress.
We got a hostage here! Leave now, or we'll kill her!
Applicant must be able to withstand stressful situations. Must be fearless.
Oh, shit! Hey! Don't shoot! Okay, man, okay. I'm leaving.
Experienced in handling deadly weapons and explosives.
Which time we got on that thing anyway?
He didn't say.
He's got to be smooth with the ladies. Maintain a clean driving record. Be free to travel. Applicant should respect authority.
All right. Show me your badge.
Badge? I've been waiting for this day.
Badges? I ain't got no stinking badge, man.
And possess sterling character references.
Of course, it's gonna be a little unethical. I don't know if you guys are up to it.
The best man for the job is
You guys thinking what I'm thinking?
These men? Come on, guys. You're not exactly Errol Flynn to the rescue.
Oh, yes, we are.
Oh, yes, you are. Well, this could be the start of WB Blue Beaner Bail Bondsman Bounty Hunters.
We could be a big hit.
So, guys, we get into the movie. Now, here's what you do, right? You got two heavy hitters in your movie. You got Blair, you got Hasselhoff. And how do you start it?
With neither of them.
With some fucking asshole driving a Rolls Royce around.
Yeah, this is
Right?
good.
Is
This
that
is
what
like
we
the
want?
start of Body Slam.
It is like the start of Body Slam, except this guy is even more unlikable than Face Man.
I thought this was like Mr. Crown's early gig before he got the studio.
You
Driving
know,
around harassing people?
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if Mr. Crown owned a bail bonds business. Seems like something he would do.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, in California doesn't exist anymore. They got rid of bail bonds, which is an interesting thing. So it seemed like everybody that owned a bail bonds business was kind of seedy anyways, right?
Weird, right?
So,
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. That's the guy I want picking me up from prison, right?
Well, they can't all be Robert Forster.
That's true. Yeah,
Or
he's
Isaac
still,
Hayes.
he was still really shady, though, in Jackie Brown.
And he's the best of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you imagine getting picked up by one dog, the bounty hunter, and then on your ride back, he's like, yeah, get on your lap, brother. And you're like, can I just go home, please?
Can I just go home and watch Live PD instead of live it?
Oh, God. So we're watching this man drive around in his fancy car. He's a fucking asshole. And you're like, I hope this man's not our main character because I can't stand him.
And he's just sort of doing a running commentary on his life.
Yeah, here we go. Ready? A lady's on the street, and she goes, hey, how you doing, so-and-so? And he's like, hey, it's good to see you. And then he drives away and goes, boy, I hope she croaks.
Yeah, specifically, he tells her, hey, looking good, because she's working out. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then he says, I hope the fat bitch croaks. Because they really want to hammer home that you're not supposed to like this guy.
Yeah.
In the Made for TV version, they clean it up because I hope your husband beats you to death.
All
Which
right.
that was acceptable in 1990.
That was on the Disney's World of Color.
Yes.
Yeah. Then the credits start. So that's when you got to get the real hit. Like, I hope this fat ass croaks. WB.
God damn.
Then he drives past kids with a dog.
His Monopoly car.
Yeah, they're like holding Cujo or something. And they're like, hey, how you doing? And he goes, hope that mutt bites their asses off. So we really like him, right?
This is great.
Then he goes and visits some lady friend of his, which we'll never see again, right? He like parks his expensive car in a garage, then goes up to her apartment.
Switches into a beater.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, I love you, I love you. He's like, shut up, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, he says, don't complicate it.
And then he gets in a car and drives away, and she's like, I love you. And then he goes, I hope you... He says something like, go hide, you dumb bimbo. And I'm like, what? What are we watching?
This is great, right?
Like, what's going... Is people
Is
just
this guy
laughing?
WB?
It's very like Onion Roy at this point. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh
I'm
my
like, Am I
God.
supposed to be
This could have
laughing?
easily been decent.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Deason is like a bail bondsman. He's like one
That
of the.
actually might have been good.
Oh my God, one of the. Yeah, he's like a Dog the Bounty Hunter character.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, nobody would show up because they're like, well, who fucking cares if this guy's the bounty hunter?
Yeah,
You know, it's
but
not
that's
like
the
he's gonna
joke.
get
Is
me.
he's trying to like hunt people down.
Yeah.
A ne'er-do-well bounty hunter?
But then
Yeah.
he just uses Beverly Hills Vamp style, pulls out a stick and goes, die, bitch, die! And you're like, oh, Jesus!
Yeah.
So that's how he gets
Things
him in.
take a turn.
Yeah. So then the nice guy, right, this boss guy, he parks in a spot that a homeless man helps him back into because apparently he pays this homeless man $0.25 a day to sleep in his parking spot. So
He's
he
basically
can-
waiting for an iPhone.
Yeah. He pays a homeless man to sleep in his spot, and then he helps him back in and everything. Goes, I did a real good job. I've been here a long time, Mr. Boss. Can I have double today? Can I have 50 cents? And he goes, you know the deal, and flips him like a quarter. Almost falls on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
And he's just
Down
like,
the grate.
Get on my face.
Jesus Christ.
Like, we really like this guy, right?
I thought they pulled up. I thought it was like just some dead guy.
Yeah, that's what it looked like,
Yeah.
right? No, it's just Skid Row. It's just like across the street from Kohl's in L.A. Like, you
Yeah.
can tell the block. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Chris. We were there recently.
Yep.
You look right across the street. Like, I think that's where they filmed it.
Now, this homeless man named Seed is played by George Buck Flower, who also played a homeless man in Back to the Future, and
I know.
also played a homeless man in They Live.
So if you need a homeless man...
That's right.
He's your go-to man.
Yeah.
I was like, the second I saw him, like, he's the guy on the bench in Back to the Future. The
He
second
really
What's
I
his
saw him.
name? Buck?
George Buck Flower.
We need a homeless guy. Call Buck.
Call in Buck.
Get Buck on the phone.
We got a code Buck.
Boss, he don't have no phone.
He's really method.
Yeah, do you really think he was a homeless guy? They're like, will you be in the movie? And then he's like, can I get paid double today? And they go, you know the deal, and throw his money on the ground.
Also
Probably.
worth pointing out, he was in the movie Wishmaster, which is a favorite of mine.
As a homeless man.
He plays credited homeless man.
I didn't even know there was a homeless man in Wishmaster. That's
Oh my
great.
God.
Oh,
That's
Puppet-
fantastic.
So
I
you
don't know
need-
why.
if
He's
you need a
also,
hobo.
yeah, he was in Puppet Master as the homeless puppet too.
Oh.
And if you ever
know
watched
what's really
the,
fucking sad, though? They couldn't have cast him in Up Your Alley? Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Was he uncredited?
He's just in the background somewhere, you know. Is he just crediting himself because he's a homeless man at various film shoots? Is that what it is?
He also
Like
was in the film Dead Men Don't Die, credited as Wino.
Oh, well, there you
Oh
go.
God.
Oh,
Like, did he just wander up to Michael J. Fox in some scene of Back to the Future? He's like, Marty, your future. They're like, how did this guy get on the lot?
Yeah.
Like, does anybody know him?
He was on the tram tour, and he just kind of,
He's just digging his hands into catering. They're just like, just let him go, man. Just let him
it's
go.
amazing. 1989, Sister Kate, bum number 1.
Oh my God, dude!
Stop it. Are you serious?
Jesus Christ!
Dead Men Don't Die, Wino. Okay, we got that. And then, hold on. In Munchie in 1992, he played Rich Tramp. So, hey, he's moving up in the world.
Yeah, they cleaned him up for a shoot. So
Shower, trim.
It's really absurd.
this is insane.
That's
Like,
just his thing.
Hey
guys-
man, if you can get paid for it,
I want to make a movie so bad that has a homeless character, and I'm going to cast Buck, dude. There's no way. There's no way I'm not getting him for that role.
Yeah, there is.
no.
So your movie's going to be pretty dark, homie.
He's got a
shit.
corpse.
Because he died in 2004 at only 66 years old.
Oh,
Hopefully not in the street.
I was going to say,
Jesus. Yeah.
I hope amongst friends and family.
Yeah. Well, here's to you, Buck.
This episode is
Blair
dedicated
Vember-
to Buck Flower.
Yeah. This Blair Vember goes out to Buck Flower.
Everyone, we're taking a blue chew for Buck tonight.
Yeah. All right.
21 guns for Buck.
So the boss now is at work, right? And he
Yep.
walks in, and I love this. So he has this employee, Charlie, right, that we're going to see for only 2 scenes. Apparently, nobody told Charlie not to look in the lens.
Gee, thank you. Okay, because he's looking to the left, like kind of like straight in, but to the left. Then by the end of the scene, straight in, but to the right.
Yeah,
of the
and then
lens.
Charlie's like, the director's, Charlie, stop looking down the lens, Charlie. And he's just like, just looking right at the audience. You're like, stop it, man. It's like I'm watching a YouTube
I
video.
thought it was like a fucking like a lawyer commercial.
Yeah.
Larry H. Barker.
Yeah, it's like almost like they're going to cut to a bail bonds commercial or
Yeah.
some shit like that. You need to get out of prison, call up. Because he's like, hey, boss, I talked to the guy. And it's like, well, you're talking to me. Am I the boss?
Man, can you imagine how that commercial will go down? He does the whole like, because I'll fight for you. And then there's a
Right.
beat and he's like, stupid loser.
Well, that's every commercial between Maury Povich.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the boss sits down and he's like, yeah, we run a bail bonds business. And he gets a new call, right? And it's a call from a new client to pick up. It's an heiress, apparently. And the boss says, it's Christmas in July because we got this heiress, ba. Now, guys, here's the thing. There's a lot of shit going on right now that's going off screen that could be really helpful for the movie, but we've decided to focus on this asshole, which will tell us nothing
the
about
sheer
the plot.
charisma of
Yeah.
this guy.
So from what we know so far is we're going to follow this guy who runs a bail bond business. It's Christmas in July because he's got an heiress to pick up from, which is another thing. It's like, well, why wouldn't her family just pay the bail themselves? You
Yeah.
don't need to go through a bail bondsman and
Yeah.
pay the fee and everything.
Are
It's
they
not
just?
like a...
Is it just tough love? They want her to
That's
go
really
through
it.
the whole
Life
scenario.
lessons.
well,
Can't
you're-
put a price on that.
you're costing yourself a lot of money because you're going to
Yeah.
have to pay the bail bondsman a fee and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's because it's like the whole point of Jackie Brown, when he's like, well, how
Right.
come you aren't just bailing her out yourself? He's like, oh, I can't do that shit, because of the money and everything, so it's going to be cash. But John Vernon, he's a man of well-to-do who will be in later. He could have easily paid this bond.
He's a man of whoopty goddamn to do.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know why these characters exist, why we have a bail bond thing. It just doesn't make sense.
No.
This movie
And we
doesn't need to
learn-
happen.
No,
Nope.
none of it really does. We're going to learn, by the way, that the bond is $1 million for a crime. I don't know what crime
is going on. No.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Do you guys know what crime that she was
What crime
actually
is?
Well, I watched this
charged
movie.
with?
This-
But do you know?
No.
Because they don't tell me here.
No.
Did they tell you ever?
Child trafficking, I believe. Someone said that offhand.
Really? No.
Linda was doing some child trafficking.
There are some parts in this movie where you're like,
That means jaywalking.
Linda's kind of dark in this movie. Like, I don't know, man.
She
Like, she has a
is.
side that you're
She's
like,
quite
I want to
flip-
learn more.
She's quite flippant about certain situations.
So, anyways, he says, yeah, Christmas in July. So we cut immediately to a boxing gym, right? And we introduce the character of Blue, who I like much more than the boss.
This
at
is a pretty
point.
good scene as far as introducing a character goes. So yeah, we got a guy training in the ring, and you know the grizzled old Burgess Meredith can stand in watching it, and then Blue comes walking in. He's a big strapping dude, 6'4", you know, and he goes, "Is that your man in there?" And the old guy's like, "Yeah, well, what of it?" He's like, "Well, someone's gonna rip that guy's head off. He's not guarding himself." And the guy's like, "Well, who the hell are you?" And he starts explaining who the hell he is. He's like, "Yeah, you know, you heard of Muhammad Ali? You heard of Michael Tyson?"
Michael Tyson.
He keeps saying
like the
Michael
full
Tyson.
name.
He says it a couple times.
Yeah.
It's like, does anybody know he goes by Mike?
Maybe you heard of those guys? I taught the right cross to Michael Tyson. I taught the rope-a-dope to Muhammad Ali. This guy
Muhammad
doesn't know
Ali.
this guy doesn't know who I am. Hey, everybody, this guy doesn't know who I am. And he gets in the ring. And he wants to, he tells this guy, "Hey, show me your rope-a-dope. Show me your rope-a-dope." And he knocks this guy the fuck out.
Yeah. Because this was a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Like, he was getting this guy who was supposed to report to court.
The second he bare-fisted just jacks this guy
Yeah.
right in the face and takes
Yeah.
him down, he pulls out his badge.
And a gun.
And a gun, and then he pulls out like
chains.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Thank you. It looked like a chain gang type
He's
of
gonna-
thing. I'm like,
yeah,
what
like-
the fuck?
He's going to throw him in the bottom of a lake like Jason.
Yeah, Chicago
It's
shoes
like a
or
Cool
whatever.
Hand Luke type of thing, where
Yeah.
it's like he's gonna be on some like send him to a farm type prison.
Guys, it's also clear. He's the head zombie.
holy shit,
Oh,
you're right.
He's taking him back to Baron Somdi.
Back from whence you came.
Oh man,
He
a bounty
pulls
hunter
out-
working for a voodoo priest?
Man.
Grindbin pictures, fellas, write it
Holy
down.
shit.
Goes to the top.
I kind of like that. Voodoo bail bondsman.
Dude, that sells it in 3 words.
Send a zombie out to do.
We
Oh my
don't
god.
even need to get on the
You know,
elevator to pitch it.
holy
We just
fuck.
say it before the doors
Guys,
close. The doors open back up and they throw a bag of money at us.
Guys, I know some people. We're getting a pitch meeting, and that's all we're gonna say. We're not even bringing a book in or anything like that. We're gonna get in. We're gonna sit down at the conference table. They're gonna be like, "All right, guys, what do you got for us?" Voodoo bail bondsman. Holy shit!
The whole room's gonna look like a cash
People are
cage.
gonna be like, "Get the fucking check! Get the checks!" Some guy's running in with the Paramount checkbook. Just like, "Oh my god! How do we fill this out?
Make sure it's got ink.
Get a new pen! Get a new pen!
He's making a guy use his back as a surface.
Just use your blood! Use your blood!"
He's on all fours making a table out of himself.
We don't have time. Someone else is going to swoop this like a barn owl.
Yeah, because we got Universal on the phone. Fucking!
Tell JJ I saw him first.
Yeah, we're gonna have competing checks in one room. It's gonna be fucking nuts.
Can we cast them both? Is that how that works?
Hell
I don't
yes,
know the
we
rules
can.
of this.
Hell yes, we can.
Well, we're gonna, whether we can
Yeah.
or not.
So yeah, Blue arrests this guy, right? He's apparently bringing him in. Then we go to the boss again, right? And he calls himself a nice guy. You know, he's like, "Hey, I'm a nice guy," right?
You know, that's usually how you know who's a nice guy.
Yeah, when they call themselves that.
Yeah.
And so then he calls up Garcia. So here's the thing. So Garcia, his name is Garcia, but sometimes people will call him the Bean because he's Hispanic. And not
That's
only
fun.
is
Yep.
he Hispanic, he is the most stereotypical Hispanic character possible in a movie. Because, my God,
Yeah.
when the boss calls him up, he's got 10 kids in this house, and like they're playing the Mexican mariachi music.
Yeah,
and
you're
there's
basically
a grandma
you're
in there.
getting
El Piolín is blaring on the radio.
Yeah.
and you're getting like a Paul Rodriguez tight 5 every time he talks.
Yeah. He's using the old and you're like, okay. And so he's just like, "Oh, I got kids to feed and everything." And he's like, "Hey, I'll give you $50 to go pick up somebody or something." He's like, "Oh, okay." So then we go to Hoff playing tennis with a lady, right? Who we'll never see again. And the boss calls
So this
him.
is like a screwballs situation.
It really is. We're getting all the main players, right? And so boss calls him and says, "Hey, I got this heiress bail bond, and he wants Hoff because Hoff's obviously, his main guy, I think.
Right,
Like, he's
yeah.
the number one bail bondsman, apparently.
And everybody knows it, and that's why he's able to be David Hagelhoff as far as the price goes.
Yeah, because he's, we just heard Garcia's getting $50. David Hasselhoff's going to work his way into $850 for this bail.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's playing tennis, right? He gets $850 for the job, and then this lady who he's playing tennis with, by the way, used her screen time to its fullest because she really just she does like a Flintstones animal type thing at one point where Hoff just leaves her, right? He's like, "I gotta go to work, bye," and then she just throws down her racket or something. It's like $250 for a machine rental.
Yeah, because he says you can use the ball machine. And she goes, $200 for a ball machine? Folks at home?
And I'm like, what?
Tap it on the screen. Ding, ding, ding. You believe this shit?
I just wrote it. I was like, tennis humor. You know, I don't get it.
We need more of that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
For all the Augusties in the audience are just rolling.
Went over my head, you know.
Yeah.
All the McEnroe heads, yeah.
Mackin' heads.
McEnheads. Yeah, so then Hoff just gets the hell out of that scene.
Great scene.
We'll
Really,
never
just the
see
best
her
scene
again.
in this movie.
Yeah, but we will watch him play tennis more. It's a real pieces
And
type
so
of
will
scenario.
everyone else, which is
Yeah.
weird.
I
We'll
think
get
that
to
was
that.
just part of Hasselhoff's thing. Was just like he needed to exercise on the set. So like, we'll just write it into the script.
I don't know. You know what, Chris? I've noticed that like all cheap movies have tennis in it, and I really think it's because the easiest fucking sport to film.
Yeah.
It's like everybody has a tennis court somewhere you can film at, right? And
High
all you need to
school.
do is just to have them hit the ball once or twice, and it looks like they're doing something.
See, I wish they'd have chosen basketball. It's as easy to get a hold of a court. In fact, there's less equipment. And picture
true.
all those great tennis scenes from the movies we've covered if they were like posted up for some hard one-on-one.
Yeah, but you know what the you know what the
Yes.
problem with basketball is? Ball's constantly moving. Harder to edit, harder to film the sound.
A
Because
tennis
you're
ball
gonna-
stops moving at some point?
But the tennis ball, they only show it when
But
it
you don't
comes
have the
into
loud
scene.
bang, bang, bang
yeah,
of
exactly.
dribbling a basketball.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, God damn it, all I can hear is this basketball. I can't even hear Wesley Snipes talk.
Just shoe squeaks and
Yeah.
basketball bounces and,
Yeah.
and
True.
Hasselhoff on the phone.
Get him in a tennis outfit.
But just imagine how cool it would be if Hasselhoff fielded this phone call without stopping to play from playing basketball. Like he's still dribbling with
dribbling.
one hand and like
Yeah.
doing layups
That
and
would've been
finger
cool.
rolls while
That
he's
would've been
talking
cool.
on
And he
the
does
phone.
like the quick smack with the ball against your face and it bounces back into his hand and then like slams it in.
You know, it was
Yeah.
almost a last-minute decision. They were going to change White Man Can't Jump to tennis because they were so worried about recording the audio.
White men can't serve.
Yeah. There was going to be a whole thing, but Rosie Perez wasn't at tennis, so they switched it back.
She
to
was the
basketball.
deal breaker?
Yeah. So he knocks. Okay, basically Garcia drives to some junkyard in the middle of nowhere. He knocks on a door of this trailer, right? And he's looking for somebody. It's obviously the bail he's picking up, right? He's got to bring this guy to court, and he's like, "Hey, you're supposed to go to court or something." And then all of a sudden, bam!
Boom!
Holy shit.
Shotgun through the fucking door, and he like dives into these tires and everything.
There's smoke coming out of the squib hole in the door.
And the thing is, the guy who with the shotgun who runs away also
There's
has
smoke coming off of him.
Yeah, what the hell was going on with that?
The explosion in the little cramped trailer he was
Yeah.
in for the special effect. Like he was so engulfed in smoke from that squib that like as he ran out, the smoke was still coming off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "I think I'm on fire." They're like, "Shut up, run, action, action!"
You gotta run faster if you want to put it out.
We got one squib.
And so he dives behind something, and Garcia's like, "No, I'm not the cops. I'm from the bail bond company." Guy shoots again. Hey-o!
Zing.
Was it supposed to be a joke or?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So then Garcia's like, "Well, fuck this. I don't need this $50 that bad."
And he gets in the
no.
car, but the engine won't start.
It's a real
Finally gets it to
jalopy.
turn over, and like the door falls off.
I do love that.
That was
though.
classic.
The engine turns over and the door falls
Should have had
off.
the engine fall out the bottom.
All the tires just like kerplop to the side.
Just the old cartoon, like a Popeye cartoon.
He
Just
just
the
sit-
jalopy falling
He's
apart.
just sitting there holding nothing but a steering wheel at the end of the day. What happened?
Chris, if they had just cut back to Garcia sitting in a bucket seat with a steering wheel in his hands,
The car just opens like a bloomin' onion. Just everything goes in every direction.
Oh man, I love it.
But then the time for bullshit has ended
because now he needs that $50.
he does. Now he's gonna need that $50, so he ties on a Rambo headband.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. This
That's-
part is actually kind of good.
Yeah.
Not only
and
does
grabs
he
his gear out of the trunk
Yeah.
of his jalopy.
not only does he tie on a Rambo headband, he becomes Rambo.
Yeah. Suddenly he kicks it into gear.
And it's crazy that he had that little Taliban child in the trunk to help him, yeah, Mr. Rambo, here's your bullets and everything.
yeah,
Just
he had the
fed it
kid
to-
and a horse
Yeah.
in the trunk.
It was nuts, man. I wish he had the explosive arrows, though.
He just climbs a tree.
That's the best part of Eddie Rambo, is it, too, when he explodes that guy at the end of the movie, when he's like, boom, exploding arrow. So, no, he's got like a big Rambo gun and all this, and he's just sitting by the car while the guy's with the shotgun, and he's just loading up like his fucking 50 caliber rifle and everything.
He needed the voiceover. Which is like,
It
"You
really
didn't kill
did.
for your country."
And you know what I didn't understand is like he didn't do the impression, because he does impressions of other movie lines
Like you
later.
expect him to do the big like,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Or like tying up the boots or something,
or like
something.
a second guy pops up to be his Troutman. He's just like, the bean would show mercy.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like the Rambo one-liner, but there's not really. Like, it wouldn't be great
that was
if...
the point of Troutman, is he was the guy doing all the hype work. Rambo was quiet.
Because it wouldn't be
Yeah.
good if he just turned towards the camera and went, day by day. And you're like, Jesus, man, this is dark.
Yeah, Rambo's catchphrase was basically just him sniffling once.
Yeah.
Like, he just looked sad that he had to do this again.
Right.
Yeah, that's like the whole movie of Rambo 4. He's like, well, I guess I'll murder all these.
Yeah, by
These
Rambo
people.
4, like, it's the closest we get to any real, like, catchphrase. You just have him going, Burma? It's like, that's the famous line that Rambo said.
Burma sounds kind of like Burnham. And then he did. By the way, though,
Clever.
Rambo 4 is probably the best in terms of pure violence.
Yeah.
Oh, my
No,
God.
we've talked about this in a previous episode. I know because I re-listened to it earlier
Oh,
today.
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, that's
But
a good one.
yeah, so we have a big shootout.
Yeah.
And he finally gets the drop on the
Well,
guy.
big shootout. I mean,
Huge.
you know,
Huge.
a good 5 seconds of footage.
But yeah, he gets the drop on this guy and starts plugging him with rounds. And this dude's not like. I'm like, wait a minute, this is like a dead heat situation. Is this guy a zombie? Like, 'cause he's not dying.
Yeah, no, he's shooting him.
And we get like
here's the
5
thing.
rounds center mass. I'm like,
I'm-
what the
yeah.
fuck?
I'm
And then-
watching a bail bondsman fire, like it's like Murphy and RoboCop.
Yeah.
He's firing this fucking guy like, die, you son of a bitch, die, die.
Yeah.
They're just
And he's
laying
just
in,
shooting this guy.
and then we discover it's
It's rubber bullets. Because I thought he
Yeah.
was going to drag this guy into court with like just a bloody torso and handcuffs.
Yeah, he's like, here, I got him. He can testify.
It's like an old western. There's like a different amount of bail if you bring him in dead.
yeah.
Well, it said dead or alive.
I
so-
only needed $50. But
yeah, for the $50 bail, you get what you get.
yeah, this dude's like
you get a corpse in prison, or you get the guy. Who fucking cares,
it's
right?
like non-lethal Punisher. This guy, he's like obliterating you, but he's gonna leave you alive.
Yeah, so he like picks up the guy and he's like, all right, you're going in. So then we just, 20 fucking bullets to take this guy down. But here's the thing is, he also throws a grenade at him, and I go, well, that wasn't rubber. Because he almost fucking explodes this guy.
Yeah.
He throws a goddamn grenade.
Well, you know how
Which bail bondsman
well,
has
here's
a
the thing.
grenade?
No fuse whatsoever.
you know how in Cannibal Holocaust they took apart a real turtle so that
Jesus.
the fake violence at the end seemed more believable.
Yeah.
You
Is
set
that
off
what
a
he told me?
live grenade near a guy, he's damn sure gonna believe in your rubber bullets.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta set it up.
Can you imagine him just like getting out his pooper scooper and just scooping up the rest of the guy and bringing that to court? Because that could have also been great.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Takeout box he puts on the table.
There's a couple Tupperwares
yeah,
full of human being.
I got him here. I'll need those back though.
yeah.
So Hoff picks
gotta-
up Linda, right? That's what we get to.
he's
the
waiting
heiress.
outside the courthouse for
Yeah.
her.
Well, not really, because a bunch of geriatric mobsters
It's
come
the
up.
Libyans.
It's like, but like 80-year-old Libyans.
Yeah, like, who are these old guys?
What is going on? So like these old guys come up and they don't challenge Hoff. Like it wouldn't be a challenge.
Because he
It would
hadn't
just-
quite gotten to her yet.
Yeah.
Well, because he walks up and then these old guys basically go like, we'll take it from here and take her away. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, okay, I guess so. And one of them goes, yeah, we got it, fuck face.
Yeah.
And then Hoff's just like, okay. And he sits in his car. They drive away and he goes, fuck face, huh? And that's what does it.
He starts
follows
following him.
Yeah.
And so we're in the van, and they explain to Linda, your daddy sent us to make sure you get home.
Yeah.
So there's
And-
sort of a protection.
Yeah, and she's like, so did he just send the oldest guys that he has? Or, yeah, we weren't doing anything else. So.
Well, he wanted some real pros.
Yeah.
He wants some guys with some experience.
Yeah. So Hoff's all pissed, because the guy called him fuckface. So he calls Blue on the phone, and he's like, hey, I need you to run some plates. Check this out for me. I need to know, because my bail person just got kidnapped. And Blue's like, yeah, it's okay. So here's the thing, is that we're going to get to this, is that Blue's office is a strip club.
Yeah.
Where
He
apparently-
has like his own reserved booth in the corner.
Yeah, where him and Garcia just work all day. Like,
Yep.
This is their day job.
Well,
They-
because Blue used to be an NFL player.
yeah.
And so when he was this balling out of control athlete,
Yeah.
he was a regular at this strip club. So that kind of became his booth.
I guess so.
and so when
yeah.
he stopped playing football, he still was known at the club. So that's still basically his table.
And he's like, I can still work my bail calls out of here, right? They're like, what? Whatever.
Now I just come here for the chicken salad.
Yeah. Did
Well,
you
they
see
do
the
have
one
that
guy?
workman's lunch, yeah.
Did they see the one guy in the hard hat, like sitting there in the front of the stage?
Well, the buffet's excellent, Chris. You come for the buffet, you stay for the entertainment,
Right.
okay?
Wow.
Well, he's only there for 30 minutes. He's on his break. He's
Yeah.
working next door.
Yeah, before the whistle goes off.
He's gotta be ready
he's
to
gotta
go.
Get back. Yeah.
It's 2 hard hats that he has to wear.
Hey!
Oh!
That's right. Some dudes with guns show up and they just kill those old men gangsters. So,
That was the Libya.
Jesus, it is. But this movie, it's the Colombians, right?
Of course.
So
Yep.
these Colombians just show up and they go like, bah, 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 and then kill these old guys, right?
It's
Who I
kind of
almost feel
overkill.
bad for at this point because I'm like, man, shit.
They were one day from retirement.
Yeah. They were like one decade.
One
from-
last job. That's it. Just go pick up my daughter and then happy
Yeah,
retirement,
you
guys.
guys are finally done, you know?
Say hi to your grandkids for me. And what happens?
He tucks that picture right in his front pocket.
Yep.
He gives it a little kiss on his hand and pats it and goes, I'll be home soon, baby. I'll be home soon.
puts that birthday present in the glove box.
Oh, look, here's a Colombian. Oh, damn it. So then Hoff just watches this go down. He kind of slinks into his convertible. He's like, oh, shit. It's a good thing that wasn't me, right? And then Linda's like, help, help. She mouths it to him, you know, so they don't know that Hoff's there. Because she saw him at the courthouse, and he was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to pick you up. And then the old
Yeah.
guys took her away. So then Hoff just drives off, and I guess he's going to do something about this. Fuck it. Go to the strip club.
Yeah.
Cut to the strip club where Blue calls Hoff, and he's like, hey, I found out about that plate or something. And Hoff's like, yeah, she got kidnapped again. Like, there was these Colombians that showed up and, like, fucking killed these old guys and stuff. And he's like, man, that sounds fun. Anyways, gotta go.
quota day for kidnappers.
And then some lady pulls up alongside Hoff. Like, this is, you know, a vacation movie
I was
or
gonna
something.
say like Chevy Chase style.
Yeah, because she's like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, oh, hey. And, you know, hear Holiday Road in the background. And she goes, you want to race? And then he apparently has to like exit and he's
Yeah.
all upset about it. And it's almost like Hoff's like, well, this movie could go 2 ways. It's like a choose your own adventure for the audience. Like, should I race this pretty lady and then see where it takes me?
Yeah.
Or should I go and rescue Linda? And people are like,
Everyone
maybe
punch in your votes at your seats.
maybe the lady would be more interesting, to be honest. Because Linda, I don't know what's going on there, you know?
We don't even know what she's done. Like,
We don't know.
I'm not.
There's no crime. And also, I'm going to tell you guys that the description of this movie on IMDb says a couple of bail bondsmen try to bring back a witness in a drug case to testify before she's killed. And I write, that's not
not
what
a
happens
plot.
in this movie.
That's like the
Someone
Hollywood.
watched it on 1.5.
Guys, witnesses aren't on bail.
That's not how that works, Mike.
That's the person who's accused of a crime's on bail. They don't just like, yeah, if you're a witness in a trial, they go, by the way, you're arrested and on bail, so you got to pay money to testify. I'm like, wait, what did I do? I don't know.
That crime wasn't for your eyes.
Did they understand how the law works? Like, does this movie get it? Or,
No.
you know, Max the...
I think that's clear in every scene in this movie. They don't really know how it works.
Yeah, their consultant was like a tax attorney.
You know, and by the way, this is very close to Night Force type of
yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
They're from some shithole, right?
Yep.
Where's Colombia? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it an island or some shit? I don't know.
It's
Who
Night
knows?
Force. It's bulletproof. It's a lot of these.
Is Colombia close to Mexico?
It's all Mexico.
Because
Colombia is a city in Mexico.
it is, right? Because it seems to me like it all connects into one thing. And then, is Brazil a city?
Yeah, it's next to Colombia in Mexico.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Columbia City.
So, like, in Mexico, you got the cities. You got Mexico City, Colombia, Panama.
Yeah, you know Colombia. Juan Valdez, he's a Mexican.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah.
It ends with an easy, sure.
Oh, my God.
I don't know, he sounds Mexican.
Because this is really what it seems like at
Yeah.
some point. Like, when we get into how are they going to Colombia? Because also the topography, you know, Universal Backlot doesn't look like Colombia, man. Just
No.
saying. But we'll get into all that. So anyways, we're still at the strip club, right? And then Hoff doesn't go and hang out with that lady and race, which could have been a more interesting movie. Instead, he goes to the strip club and he's like, so what's up, guys? And they're like, I don't know.
Just hanging out.
It's like a movie going on.
We need to get a little nudity in the show, and
There's also the thing, yeah, it's definitely like,
Required.
well,
Require 3 minutes of nudity, boobs.
and this
Yeah,
is the
they're
first
like-
time we get to hear his, I guess his full name, because he walks in and they go, "Hey, white bread."
yeah, the stripper says it.
Yeah.
She goes, hey, white bread, and she's also playing air tennis with
Yeah,
him.
the two of them are pantomiming playing a game of tennis, which is
Yeah.
something I used to do with my coworkers when I worked at a video store.
Oh.
Yeah.
And everybody,
Little
when you
fun
come in,
fact.
they go, hey, white bread.
Everything. The whole thing.
Yeah. It was really weird that you called the guy Bean back then, right?
Yeah, a little inappropriate, but it was a different time.
Yeah, you know.
2001 was a different time.
Before the towers fell.
Before
the world
those
was-
planes hit, it was just playland for everybody.
Yeah, it was playland.
It really tightened us all up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Zippers up, boys. Zippers up.
Yep.
So here's the thing is, Hoff's in this strip club, right? They call him white bread and everything. The only reason they're in a strip club, and you know this, is because they're like, guys, I got some news. Linda won't get topless for the movie.
Well, someone better.
And
Hoff already has his shirt
What
off.
are we going to do? They're like, what the fuck are we going to do? She's the only woman in the movie. And that lady who played tennis with Hoff ain't going to get topless. She barely even wanted to be in the movie.
Just bullshit that the Savage Streets guys got it.
Yeah, so what do we got? God damn it.
We
So
can't even get like a one quick tub scene?
Yeah, like nothing. I mean, god damn it, Murray Langston got her to take a top off.
Quick, somebody put on a paper bag.
She was just like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. And they're just like, well, what the fuck are we gonna
They
do?
pitched it to Hoff and he refused.
I like how you make
put this bag on your
you
head.
make her sound like a Jersey housewife.
Well, it definitely seemed to be like, yeah, Linda's not gonna do it. And so they're like, oh shit. So I guess we'll film this scene at a strip club because we can get something, right?
Nice try, assholes.
Like, Linda, why don't you get on stage at one point?
Yeah, that's the thing. All right, Linda, there's gonna be some bright lights. It's just the test shot.
Yeah,
for lighting.
just see how
testing-
it works out.
We're doing a
you know?
screen test for you, and just dance around, And by the way, it's hot in there, so we have to remove some clothes.
Oh, Linda, horrible incident. We forgot your wardrobe. So,
See, in the original script, she had gotten arrested for public nudity, and she refused to do the scene.
yeah.
That's why we don't know.
so
Yeah,
then,
that was codenamed. The scene was called 4 on the Floor, actually.
yeah. So the guys make this whole plan. They're basically like, hey, guys, you want a movie to happen? Click that button. Do you want us to go rescue Linda, or should we hang out at the strip club? Well, the audience voted for hang out at strip club.
Yeah.
What can you do?
So basically, they look at each other like, hey, we're going to like cash in on this deal, right? And make some money. And I'm like, I guess. I don't know. What are they talking? Do you guys know what's going on? Because at this point, Hoff's like, I think I need your guys' help for something, but I don't know what it is. I think I'm supposed to go get Linda Blair, but also I don't know why. Because I'm only going to make $850 if she goes to court. And these Colombian guys just fucking murdered 2 gangsters in the middle of the street. And he's like, so I guess we can like ask the boss for more money or something? Like hold them up, and we find out because it's $1 million bail. He's like, so maybe we can get more money out of them? They don't talk about a dollar figure.
No.
But then Blue and Garcia are like, yeah, I guess. I mean, we ain't got nothing else to do, so I guess we'll risk our lives to rescue Linda Blair.
Why not, right?
Because that's what the script's telling me to do. What crime did she commit? And Hoff's like, you know what? I don't know. You guys are looking at me. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
just confused as all hell at this point. Then Blue and Garcia, like basically what happens is they're like, then we're going to open our own bail bond business. I'm like, okay, well, they got dreams, right?
No, don't talk about that. That's not a good idea in an action movie.
Yeah. Because they're going to get a boat.
You and Bubba
know?
are going to start your own shrimping boat. That's going to happen.
And so he's like, yeah, we're going to call it this. No, we'll call it that. And they're fighting over it. And then Hoff just is like, fuck it. I'm leaving. I'm going to John Vernon's house. Okay. So we go to this giant mansion where.
The Ridgeway Mansion.
And by the way, it looks a lot like where Linda lived in Roller Boogie.
It is.
Right?
Holy shit. I'm glad you saw that, too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So Linda apparently lives in this giant mansion, and Hoff drives up, and he goes into the estate. There's this part where he drives in and, like, a gardener looks at him weird, and I was like, is this guy, like, a bad guy?
Yeah. Is he like a spy for
Guess
the
what?
Colombians?
We'll never see him again.
Yeah. I was
Must
like,
have
what the
been.
fuck is this? What
he's
is this?
wearing a piff helmet.
Yeah.
He's either on safari or he's trimming hedges. I don't know.
The Pitfall guy.
He is. He's like Pitfall Harry. He's just hanging out there. He's like, am I in the wrong movie?
He fell down into a snake pit.
Yeah, Hoff looked at him and said, shouldn't you be in an Atari game?
He's, oh, shit.
So then he goes in there, and John Vernon's there wearing like a Panama hat at this point or something.
Looking good, Vernon.
And he's like, hey,
Was that a
I'm-
choice?
Oh,
You
yeah,
think
God,
he,
yeah.
he walked in with
You
that
know.
hat on and no one wanted to say shit to him
John,
about it?
can you take the hat off? No.
He just turned and went, you want to ask that to me again?
No, it's all right. Action. And so John Vernon's like, yeah, I'm Linda's dad. And Hoff's like, okay, well, hey, what's going on in this movie? He's like, look, this is all, I don't know, it's some sort of prank or something. I'm like, wait, well, hold on a
Well,
second.
Hoff's
What?
like, we should get the police involved in this because it seems pretty serious. And he says, no. We're not going to get any police involved until we're sure this isn't one of her pranks.
Yeah.
You know those pranks
This
she
is like
pulls
the
that get
fucking-
people killed? That's what she did time for.
This is like the Big Lebowski. Like, this is like the plot to Big Lebowski, when they're like, she'll get tired of her prank and come home. It's a fake kidnapping. It's the same thing in this, but her dad's like, fuck it, she'll be back.
So maybe that's what she got arrested for. Like, she's doing like her own version of Jackass, but it's getting people killed.
Yeah. I
She's
really
like,
don't
what
know.
if I suddenly got kidnapped outside this grocery store?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Linda Blair, and this is the kidnapping.
And then suddenly people are just getting gunned down in a parking lot.
Oops. Acceptable losses, I guess. All for
Gotta make it look
entertainment.
real.
Yeah.
This is the Von shootout.
See, this is what like stupid rich people do.
Linda's sitting in a van with a machine gun, like a.
The regular people.
Hi, I'm Linda Blair, and this is the grocery store shootout.
The fucking GoPro on your head.
I thought you said these were rubber bullets. No?
Oh well, guess we better go.
Where are you gonna find me? Where are you gonna find me?
Yeah, she's going around in her bodysuit hunting people with a crossbow.
And they're like, you gotta go to prison.
All right, I'm accepting this headcanon. That's what she went
that's
into
what
town
happened.
for.
Okay, so
For hunting the most dangerous game.
so John Vernon just looks at me and goes, no, don't call the cops. This is all she'll get tired of her little prank and come home. And Hoff goes, like guys died, right? Like your guys that you sent to go
your
help her.
employees are laying in the gutter
Yeah,
right
they
now.
died. And John Vernon's like,
And?
did they really? Fuck it. And then he just says, yeah, it's all cool. We'll just wait and see. He's like, she's known for her elaborate pranks, you know? Elaborate pranks. Yeah, she's, like Bobby says, she's a real jackass.
She's
type
done this
scenario,
a
you know?
bunch of times.
She's like a real Bam Margera. You know, she's always like pulling one over on Dad, you know, waking him up in the middle of the night with a frying pan in his face and all this shit.
Oh, the
You
ski
know.
mask thing on Christmas morning with
Yeah,
the fucking hoots.
yeah, all sorts of things, right? So then Vernon...
Hi, I'm Annette Ridgway, and this is Limo Through a Food Court. Meep, meep.
Yeah, and my dad's here too, so we're gonna ruin his lunch. She just shows up to lunch with her dad, and there's like a bunch of freaking dead people like in the carriage of this car.
Let's see how my dad reacts when I shoot the waiter and drop his lunch right on his lap. Sir, your meal. Boom.
Linda.
What did we tell you?
Check, please.
How many times do we have to do this, Linda?
Looks like I'm off to prison again.
See you in a week, Dad.
You know, it's so weird how you can connect this movie to everything. You connect it to Savage Streets. You can connect it to Chained Heat.
Well, that's
you
the
know,
s-
you can connect it to
That's how she goes to
everything.
jail. Yeah,
That's the spirit of Blair Vember, fellas. It's been the same character in all of these movies.
That's
It's
right.
true.
The Ghost of Christmas Blair.
Uh-huh.
Who do you think released all those zombies in the chilling?
Oh my God.
That's why she got out of Dodge. Had to leave early.
So then Vernon's like, look, don't worry about any of this, okay, Hoff? Everything's going to be fine. She'll show up at court. And he says, here, take a few bucks just to chill out and fucking forget about it. And Hoff's like, all right, fuck it, I'm done, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, you're like, okay, I guess the movie's over. Hoff will
So-
just go back and, go back to the strip club, spend that money.
There's a couple moments throughout this year, like, so the movie's called off.
Yeah.
We're good.
Guys, I think the movie's over.
Should we move on to the next one?
Should we let the audience vote? Guys, do you want me to go rescue Linda, or do you want me to see how I could spend all these ones? Oh, they want me to rescue Linda.
God damn it.
All right.
I'm a little surprised, guys.
I think
he's
the-
folding up the ones and putting them back in his pocket. He's like, really? You surprised me
He's like,
today.
I think the audience thinks she's going to get topless or something. We'll see.
Yeah.
That part of the contract wasn't signed yet. We'll see, guys, as the movie goes on.
If she got both ends of that 50.
Yeah. So Blue visits a car dealership. I don't know what's going on, why he's here. Why is he renting a car for 5 minutes in this movie? No, do you guys know? I'm asking you seriously.
Why is he getting-
this is
why-
not a rhetorical question.
I don't
I'm
know why he's
asking
going
you.
in for an Elantra. I have no idea.
So what happens is he goes into the Elantra dealership. He goes into a car dealership for a fancy car, right? And so the most stereotypical gay man who is like, obviously they're trying to do a whole thing like kind of what happened in Beverly Hills Cop type of scenario where you got the, what's his name? I forget the guy's name. He's from Perfect Strangers, right?
Oh, Bronson Pinchot.
Yeah, who's doing the whole thing. But this guy, he does like this stereotypical gay thing, and he's like, you play football.
It's a
your dick
fairly
is so strong."
uninteresting scene. It's just supposed to be funny because
filler.
he's so loudly homosexual.
But I just keep writing,
And he keeps
why?
repeating nose tackle.
Yeah, but I just keep writing over and over again. What are we doing?
Hey, it was in style at the time. You had to be there, Mike.
But Blue is basically just there going like, hey, the movie told me I'm supposed to go to this car dealership and like, I don't know, borrow a car from you or something. And the guy's like, gay, 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 gay. And then he's like, okay, I guess I'll take this one. And then that's what happens.
And scene.
And then we go to Garcia pretending to be an exterminator who like barely speaks English or something. He goes, I need to fix a thing. And this lady...
This is where we get our first instance of his catchphrase.
Oh, my God. That he says twice.
Yeah.
And then they dropped it because they're like, I don't think it's funny.
Because it's too long and it isn't funny. He says, may the bird of happiness fly up your nose.
Yeah.
At any point, did anybody think that was good?
I don't know. You got me,
just, He said something about the bird up the nose,
They're
right?
hoping to sell all those T-shirts at like stands and kiosks throughout Los Angeles.
With the longest catchphrase ever on it.
You gotta
can't even
put
fit
text
on
the
a
back.
shirt. Yeah, so it is. It's one of the ones that
The
wraps
shirt just
around.
says fly up your nose. Like, what's this about?
Yeah, some guy's trying to read it while you're walking out. He's like, what?
And then he comes down to the front and it says, May, the bird of happiness. I don't know what's happening.
One of those spring T-shirts, yes.
Anyways, this is for nothing. He gets like a blueprint or an address or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And so then all of a sudden, Blue's at some dinner, right? He shows up with his fancy car to dinner. And then he's like
where?
He
Why?
walks in and talks to some guy at a table, and he's like, "Do you know the plot of this movie?" And the guy's like, "I don't know. Have you been to like a warehouse or something?" And he's like, "I don't know. Are we in the same movie?" He goes like, "Do you know Linda Blair?" And he's like, "Who?" And then the scene ends, and I just write, is anyone else confused? Because I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Thank God. Okay.
Everyone on both sides of the screen.
Thank God you guys are confused, because I'm like, I'm just an idiot. Like, I kept rewinding
I
these
don't
scenes,
know
and I'm like, what are
they're-
they talking about?
No one knows why they're going from room to room, from place to place.
You know,
It was
the
not established.
3-hour cut had all this shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's the rules of filmmaking. If they'd explained the plan, it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
So,
Show, don't tell.
yeah. And
you
so they're
can-
showing, but still not telling.
And you can tell Mr. Krauser sitting there going, nobody cares. Just have him go to the fancy restaurant because everybody loves fancy
Yeah,
dinners.
Mr. Crown's like,
you
when
know?
do we get back to the strip club?
We better have a gay character in the movie. I don't know where we're going to fit him in. He's got to do something. Like, you ever seen Beverly Hills Cop when he goes and that guy's out doing the thing?
Do we have
I
any
want
need
that.
for like a hairdresser or a tailor or something? No.
Yeah, you're telling me, what do you mean he has no hair? And so then basically, I guess I got a clue or something. No, Hoff's playing tennis with Blue and Garcia just watching. They're
He's
just
making
watching him play
them
tennis.
watch him practice.
Yeah, and he's like,
Like, what the fuck?
It's called fetishes.
yeah. And then Garcia says something like, he's got a good back serve or something. And Blue's like, it's called backhand, man.
Or he says forearm.
Yeah, he's like, it's called, I don't know.
fucking
I don't know
cares?
tennis jokes, you know?
I think he said like
we watch all the jocks.
forehand, and he said it's called a forearm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know parts of bodies, I guess. So.
got a
Anyways,
great ass.
everybody, and then they're just kind of, they almost look at the camera. They're like, do you guys know? Press 1 if you want us to go after the Colombians. Press 2 if you want to watch us.
You know, like if you don't move Sonic the Hedgehog, he starts tapping his foot. Totally. They're just getting kind of antsy.
Yeah.
Just like, hey guys.
Is this really a choose your own adventure? Like, was there a 1 and 2 at the bottom, and they're just waiting for you
I'd
to
love
click?
that if just like Blue turns, breaks the fourth wall, and goes, "Is there like a skip scene button? Can we just get to the
Press
action?"
1 on your remote, ma'am. Press 1.
Ma'am.
Hello?
Ma'am.
Hello? And he's, clicking at the camera like the last lady was.
Tap.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go get the Colombians, guys. A clue is what I write, because apparently there's a warehouse or something. Oh, my God. Bobby's so mad he threw his notes across the room. So Garcia has led them to something, right? I don't know. Then they're like, hey, Garcia, you need to pretend you work for the gas company or something. And we are about to get this scene.
Also, a big thing is that they.
Is this Dick Durock, the guy who's the security guy, by the way?
I don't know.
Did we already gloss over
Maybe that was
okay,
him. He
that's
seems too old to be Dick Durock.
You're right.
Return of Swamp Thing's after this. No, it's
You're
not. It's
right.
like a year before.
You're right, though. He didn't age that much.
No, this guy looks like Stan Lee.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But one of the clues is that we're beginning to suspect that maybe Daddy Ridgway, John Vernon, might be in cahoots with these Colombians.
Is he?
Fuck if I know, man.
It's brought up in
I
that
mean, they just-
conversation.
This is like a demon cop thing where they're just bringing stuff up. Like, maybe that happened.
That's
and then
the
audience is
conversation
like,
they have after Hoff finishes with his tennis. Is that
Yeah.
he's like, he has a hunch.
Yeah.
Basically, he's got reason to believe that something might be up.
Yeah. Do you think
That
the
this
guy
might
who
not be
doesn't
on
want
the
me
up
to
and
go
up?
get his daughter has something to do with it?
Maybe there's a reason he doesn't want me to go get his daughter from these
Yeah.
Colombians.
And they go, audience, what do you think? Is John Vernon in on it or not? We'll find out. We'll poll you and find out. Anyways,
And then Blue's like, do we have to wait till they press a button? Because this doesn't go well.
yeah. And then we cut to a warehouse where, okay, here's the thing. So this racist guy who looks like Stanley.
Oh my God.
Racist Stanley.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
this
like,
guy.
Excelsior, Bean.
Okay,
You know,
here's
I've
the
never
thing.
written a Mexican character.
Yeah, and here's the thing is that instead of Bean, he calls him Poncho.
Boy.
It's true.
Because that's what this guy keeps saying. He's like, yeah, what do you want, Poncho? And he's like, here to fix the gas. And he's like, yeah, whatever, Poncho.
It's the classic, like, I didn't hear anything about a guy coming to fix the gas.
Yeah, he's like, you're not on my sheet.
Well, that's in that time. That's how you detract the detestables from your business.
Yeah.
You have a sheet?
Yeah, you have a sheet and you call
Not the
them.
one you wear on your
You're
face.
not on
but
the list.
Right. Yeah.
And so then he lets him in anyways.
Yeah.
And before he leaves, he says that catchphrase, baby.
And may the bird of happiness. He alters it a little bit. He
Yeah,
says,
a
may the
little
bird
bit,
of
yeah.
happiness build a nest in your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy, like us, is going, fuck does that mean?
So he drives away, and then for some reason we hold on racist Stan Lee as he says,
Excelsior!
he says,
No.
smart-ass Mexican with a cushy job. And I write, what?
Yeah.
He works for the gas company. What do you mean cushy job?
He's literally working harder than you right now.
Yeah.
It's like, all you have to do, cushy job. You sit on your ass and say, you're not on the sheet.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah,
guy
you
is
are.
risking life and limb in a gas explosion.
Yeah. And he's like, cushy job. Taking a job.
You
And he's
know,
all pissed about
I
it.
gotta say, that's the realest shit that happened in this movie, was that guy's views.
So anyways, Garcia drops off Hoff and Blue at a building, right? They go inside with a fucking stick of Looney Tunes dynamite. What in the world is going on?
Like, if they took that, what's the white spy gonna use against the black spy?
It really is, Bobby. It really is spy versus spy. It's got like a big clock on it, you
It
know?
says Acme on the side of it.
And he's like, how's this thing work? I don't know. I think you like the fuse. Maybe you do the clock or something. And they go, wait,
Jesus
how
Christ.
long does it take before it blows up? And then they run out of a building. Cut to Garcia talking to a guy. He's like, yeah, there's a gas leak. And boom! And everybody's like, holy shit, the fucking place blew up. Then
The Colombians are freaking out. Everyone's panicking.
everybody's freaking out. Even our guys.
Because they got
and
the backdraft attraction going off.
Yeah, because they kind of just run around. They go, what do we do? What do we do? I don't know. Get in the van and just drive through a warehouse.
Yeah.
And they
There's no
just,
step two.
They just drive into a warehouse, and then all of a sudden, Linda Blair's being held captive by a bunch of Colombians in there.
Yeah.
And then they just pull up to go, hey, guys, we're from the gas company. Everybody needs to evacuate.
And they're like, hold on, because, you know, they're not new here.
yeah.
You know,
There's
they're
some-
not baby calves, still shaky and slimy. And so they're like, hey, if you're from the gas company, why don't you come over here and show me your badge? And Garcia's like, oh, man, I've waited my whole life for this. And he does the badges. I don't need no stinking badges.
Fuck, I fucking cringed.
And he
God
pretty
damn
much, like Bugs Bunny, like looks right at us while he does it.
Yeah.
Like, do you get it, people
fuck.
at home?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Like, yeah,
do you
we
think
can-
like the crew were high fiving after that line
Oh,
was
Chris,
said?
fucking... There wasn't a dry pant in the house, man. Everybody's pissing their pants with
Someone got the
laughter.
Gatorade bath for that one.
Yeah, right after they called Cut, Garcia gets the Gatorade.
Shit.
Champagne wrap, baby. So then Linda pushes a guy in her rolling chair she's tied to, which, here, guys, here you go. I always see this in movies. Never tie a hostage to a rolling
Hell
chair.
no.
Right? They're always going to somehow roll out of the scene.
I mean, she was in fucking roller boogie. They should have known.
Exactly. So she rolls into a guy and he like fires his gun all weird, and then all of a sudden shooting starts. Colombians got Linda. Then they all leave. Like half of the boys just leave. They leave.
No, they knew they were outgunned in this moment, so they wisely retreated.
Yeah, they
Live
didn't
to
use the
fight
other.
another
They
day.
didn't use the other stick of Looney Tunes dynamite, and they didn't apparently use the Rambo guns that Garcia has. They just
Well,
leave.
because he was the gas man this time.
Yeah, they just leave.
Can break character.
That's true. And so they're sitting in their car and they're like, "Oh, hold on, we'll wait here." And then the Colombians pull out, right? And he tells
The cartel
Lou and
convoy
Garcia,
takes off.
He goes, "You guys get in the van. I'm gonna get my convertible. You follow those cars because I have a feeling something
what's
else."
a good vehicle if you're trying to do some some unnoticed reconnaissance? Bright red convertible.
Yeah. Or a giant panel van.
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way, you're good.
So yeah, Hoff hangs out in his red convertible.
Well, you could say it's either like a plumber or a death metal band, one of the two.
Yeah. So Hoff's
Usually
hanging
the same.
out in his like Blue and Garcia go off to find the other cars, right? And then Hoff sees the real car pull out, and he's like, "I bet Linda's in that car." So then Blue and Garcia, we go to them. So here's the thing: they get in a car chase with a bunch of Colombians, and Garcia goes, "Hey man, check this out!" And he fucking
got
murders
fucking-
5 people.
He's got like the Judge Dredd gun because he switches to like incendiary bullets.
Yeah,
And it looked like smoke bullets.
yeah.
And they start. He turns into
Yeah.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they start wiping people out, and including the
murders-
classic, you send a car off the road and it explodes. To which Blue says the sensitive line,
Oh,
"Roasted
yeah.
Colombian,
Roasted Colombian.
nothing finer."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jesus
They got
Christ,
their
guys.
Juan Valdez joke in, Bobby. You know. So here's the thing. He murders 5 people in one car, right? And then he goes, "Hey, Blue, check this shit out," and murders 5 more.
Yep. And that's when they say we should take this act to Colombia.
I'm like, act? Like,
holy
we're just
shit.
going to, like, run through Colombia and just start offing the citizens?
Call the murder guys.
Hey, you know, they need to take care of those cartels. We got it.
Man, they're gonna
You know?
team up with Linda by the end of this.
So Blue and Garcia are laughing, right? We could be a big hit, they say, as they go down. The last car stops. The Colombians get out and shoot the van.
We get a real Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, but then the Blue and Garcia kind of like narrowly escape, I guess, because the movie just cuts. But then all of a sudden we cut to a shot of like, oh, everything's all shot up, the windshield and everything. We didn't see any of that. And then even Garcia at this point is like, "What are we doing?" And Blue's like, "Man, I don't know."
They're still not in on what's going on in this movie.
Yeah, and I'm like, at this point, the pay is $850.
That's all I know. It's a job
Yeah.
and it pays. That's
all right,
it.
people have died.
In
Like
fucking-
20 guys
even
have
in-
died.
And we're
Even in late
high-fiving
80s
and cracking
currency.
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've blown up a warehouse with probably $850 worth of dynamite.
Where's the police at that point?
Chris, I think they are the cops. I don't know. You know, it's L.A. L.A. in 89, you know, ramparts. Nobody knows what the fuck's going
Yeah.
on.
You saw Savage Streets. Shit's gone off the
Yeah.
rails.
I mean, they killed all these people. I mean, they are just Colombians, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. $850 they killed 20 Colombians? Fuck it, right? Nobody cares. Shut up.
So we follow Hoff now,
Yeah. He's sneaking around some house in the middle of nowhere.
where they've
Because
got
that's
Linda.
what you want, right? Yeah, where they've got Linda. Apparently, he's followed them to this house
And
that
he's
they
managed
found.
to
That
infiltrate like Agent 47.
yeah, and then he puts on that gardener outfit, you know, and he's gonna do the old disguise and everything.
Yep.
So this is where they have Linda held up, and then Hoff just jumps in the room with a gun. He's like, "All right, freeze!" And then a guy pops out of a corner, and Hoff murders a man.
Blows him away and then quips, "Anybody else want to save the taxpayers some
Oh,
money?"
Jesus.
Like, damn, dude.
Another
Jesus.
Gatorade bucket over Hoff's head.
Yeah,
Here we go. Everybody broke for lunch on that one.
so then there's a big fight scene,
And now, interesting things happen in this fight scene.
Oh, yeah.
One of the goons throws a machete,
Yeah.
misses Linda wildly, and kills one of his own partners.
yeah, and then Linda shoots a man dead.
Yeah.
Linda Blair shoots a man dead.
Well, you know what? She learned it from Hoff. She
Yeah.
learned it from watching Hoff. Also, she's probably murdered a ton of people in the past.
Yeah, because get this, ready? Then Hoff kills another guy. We're killing people at this point, right?
Yeah.
She's just supposed to get her back to court.
No,
And at
wholesale
this
murder.
point, they have committed way more
They're going to
crimes.
shoot their way back to
Look,
court.
man, I think they're denying bail. At this
Yeah.
point, they're going to be like, look, we'll have the marshals take care of it at this point.
You
'cause
kidding? At
she's
this
gonna
point,
have
she's
come
going to have
back.
to wear the Hannibal Lecter mask.
Yeah. Because, I mean, this isn't even in self-defense. In some parts, it's just like, no, that's just murder, man.
Yeah, they're putting her on Con Air after the end of this.
You just see Garcia and Blue like, no, those Colombians were bad guys. We swear. And the cops are like, uh-huh. So here it is. Linda turns towards David Hasselhoff, right? And she goes, why the fuck didn't you shoot those guys when you came in the room? Like, she was all just like, yeah, why didn't you murder more people? And I'm like, dude.
Body count's a little low, David.
And even Hoff, he kind of looks at the audience. He goes, well,
It's almost like a that's not in the script reaction.
yeah, because he goes, well, that's a problem of mine is killing people. Because that's not what I do. And she's just like, puss.
You're no man.
And then I just write, well, what's going on? Does anybody know? Hello?
It should have cut back to Garcia and Blue just shrugging.
Audience, do you,
Like, man, we don't know, dude.
Grindbin audience, do you know what's going on? I'm breaking the fourth wall at this point because I don't know,
Just
guys.
cut back to the strip club and call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Press 1 if you want Blue and Garcia to go back to the strip club. Press 2 if you want Hoff to follow Linda around more.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little yip tease involved. So what does the audience do? Of course they press 2.
God damn it.
So, but first we cut to
We
Garcia.
could have been at the strip club with the boys.
Yeah,
Right.
instead we go to the boss's office with the boys, and he's chewing him out. He's like, something's going wrong. I don't know what's going on, but you did something bad. And then Linda and Hoff are on the car, and like Hoff calls up the boss, and he's like, hey, I got her, no big deal, I got the girl. And he's like, oh, okay, everything's fine. And here's the thing is like, when Linda said that line about not shooting him right away, right?
Yeah.
Did she look like she was dirty at all?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Perfectly clean face,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, now she's in the car and like she's got dirt all over her
She's a
face and
fucking
like
chimney
blood
sweep.
and scratching. Yeah, it's like she
Stepped in time.
Oh, I'm about to continue. I'll shut up some few goals and our goblin will spot my face.
Yeah, she's doing
Shoot the
her.
Colombian step in time. Shoot the Colombian step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme.
And so she's like, you think we stop by this motel, take a shower?
Is that you, Bobby?
Yeah, Hoff's like,
Pulls the mask off.
Hoff goes, no. And she's like, I need a shower. And he's like, all right, I guess.
Been sweating all day.
So here we go. Hoff tries to get a room at this no-tell motel.
This is something.
Guys, here we go.
Oh my God.
Hey, we're
You know
making up
what?
for things.
Here we go, guys. You didn't. It said, by the way, in the audience choose, it says parentheses. Both options include nudity.
Cheer from the crowd.
So of course they picked. He'll go with Linda to a hotel because we're gonna get something, right? So
we're not getting any yip teas here.
Oh my
Ooh,
God.
boy.
So he walks up,
No.
he rings the bell, and in walks the manager.
Full frontal.
boy, full
And she's
frontal,
managing
baby.
things.
He's
Full
definitely
frontal.
managing
Look, she
the
got
crowd.
both sides of the 100 for this role, because this girl walks out with a towel on her head,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because she hears the the service bell ring, right? Ring for service. She walks out of a fucking sauna. or
And
some
yeah, she
shit?
says, "You'll have to excuse me, sugar. I was in the hot tub." And I audibly went, "Wait a minute." Like,
I
what?
mean, I've been in bathhouses in Europe that weren't like this when you first came in.
Yeah, she walks
Yeah,
out.
you
And I was
mostly
like-
had to fist fight Viggo Mortensen.
I mean, look, I didn't expect to see hair in a certain body place. You know what I mean? I was just
Right.
like, what the fuck,
Right.
man?
That was
This
the
is
first
first
thinking.
Mike.
It is. It's the first thing you see. It was like, Jesus Christ, man. It's shocking. Because I was not expecting a full naked woman to walk
No.
out.
Not
And
at
what's
this point.
fun is she's just kind of like, "Yeah, deal with it." So it's $15 an hour.
Yeah, she says, this is a no-tell motel. Did you bring a whore? Is that who I see in the car? You got a whore? And he's like, no, she's not a. Come on now.
He's like, "You don't have, you don't charge by the day," or she's like, "You don't need but an hour."
yeah, and he's
Most
like,
guys don't need an hour.
45 minus
he's
max.
actually, I only do need an hour because all I need to do is take a shower. And she's like, yeah, sure. You do. Here's this, guys. Grindbin All-Star. Guys, Deborah Lamb, who plays the manager of the hotel.
She's a Grindbin All-Star?
Oh, yeah, she
Oh,
is,
wow.
Bobby.
From
Guys, Fred Onion Roy's.
Christ.
Mob boss in Beverly Hills, man.
Oh,
God.
God damn
No
it.
wonder I didn't remember.
Damn it! I thought her
I
face looked
pushed that
familiar.
trauma out of my brain.
I
Same.
thought her face looked familiar,
She got
and I looked
staked
it up.
by Deason?
Yeah, she was in the Deason movies. Yep.
Man,
Happy December, everybody.
haunted by Eddie Deason.
So then she's. This is as close as Linda ever got to being in a movie with Deason. Right here. This is it. One
Yeah.
step away.
I don't know what
1
we
degree.
as a show would do if Linda and Deason
No,
eclipsed.
we'd
If
be
that
done.
Venn diagram existed,
We would stop this show.
we'd shut it all down.
Yeah.
Yeah, lights are off.
Yeah.
Hey, they're both still alive. There's a chance.
Oh, please no. So she thinks, she's like some sort of whorehouse scheme or something. Hoff gets the room for an hour. I
And
just
she,
write. "The
once
shit's
he
going
settles
on."
the hour, she goes, "No movie." He's like, "No, I don't need a movie. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need. We're not."
So here's the thing: is she says he gets in the car and he says something like, "Do you know what a Sam is?"
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
And I write,
That's a shame
"Huh?"
because I thought for sure Chris Mann would understand.
Yeah,
this.
yeah, I
me
mean,
too.
Yeah, right.
That's funny,
If one of
Bobby,
us
because
on
I
the
also
show
wrote
would
that in my notes. I said, "Ask
Ask
Mann."
Chris Mann.
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
But you don't know.
Sam, I'm not.
Okay, because Linda knows. Because he asked Linda and she goes, "Yeah, I know what a Sam is."
And Mr. Crown's laughing, but we're not.
It's a whorehouse term. You guys never heard it?
That's something I didn't see on Rough Maps, so I can't get back to you on that.
What?
So we flash forward a little bit. She has taken her shower.
Okay, hold on though. He does walk
Pardon?
in that room, right?
Oh,
Well, no, I
fuck.
have a big problem with her taking the shower. She walks into the room. She goes right for the shower. Doesn't close the front door. You have been kidnapped twice.
Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
she just doesn't even lock. She does not even shuts. Doesn't even lock the front door. She doesn't even shut the fucking
She's
front
like,
door.
Hoff needs to get in, so leave it open for him.
And here's the thing, guys. this is a nice hotel.
There are
this room was
mirrors.
nice,
This
man.
is like fucking like Hearst Castle shit.
I mean,
like
it was
$15 an hour.
Yeah, seriously. I was like, Jesus, this is like a suite in Vegas.
Like, could I just take an hour to just hang out in there?
You know, when you just need to rest, take a shower,
Jump
and-
on the bed.
Yeah. And by the way, the bed vibrates. It's off. Feels like a
Magic finger.
Yeah. It doesn't really vibrate. They just added that sound effect because we'll see. It's a normal bed.
It's a PA just kind of shaking the bedpost really hard.
It's like the human tornado. There's just the 2x4 moving the bed.
So Hoff comes in, and then Linda comes out and she says, shower's great. It even had some massage head and everything. Yeah.
I bet it did, Linda.
So Linda lays on the bed, and she's like, why don't you go take a shower, too? You look kind of dirty. And he's like, I don't need one. She goes, no, seriously, come on. He's like, all right.
You smell it. You smell a little ripe.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, I guess I will. So he goes into the shower, right? Tosses his clothes out.
And oh man, we get to hear David Hasselhoff sing.
yes, we do.
He sings.
You know that was ad-libbed.
#1 hit in Germany. He sings, right?
Yeah. What does he sing, Mike?
Actually, I don't know.
We'll play it here.
He sings La Bamba.
Oh,
as you heard a second ago.
Yeah, Linda.
Linda. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then, yeah, he's in the shower. She gets dressed really quick and leaves and steals his car. So that's what happens back at the office. All right, well, the strip club. This is apparently where Garcia and Blue have all their meetings. Hoff calls and he's like, hey, guys, Linda escaped and she took my clothes. And now I'm stuck at a whorehouse hotel. And they're like, oh, boy. Hey. So they pull up with their truck, right? And they're like, all right, here we go. We got you. And now Hoff's just dressed in a towel at this point because apparently she took his clothes, or maybe not, because he gets in the truck.
He did call her on his car phone.
Oh, yes, that's
while
right.
she was driving away with his car.
Yeah.
Trying to tell her, hey, don't do this.
Yeah.
You've been kidnapped twice.
Actually, here's the thing. She called him.
Oh, pardon me.
Which was even weirder
How
because
did
I was
she-
like,
to
huh?
explain herself.
How did she get the number? Did she get the number of the
Exactly.
hotel
Like
like
she-
on a matchbook or something when
Well,
she
yeah,
left?
yeah, you know, she could have called.
guy's room?
She could have called the nude office.
Yeah.
While he was in the shower.
Yeah, 411. Please
While
connect me.
he's singing La Bamba,
Yeah.
she could have talked to the manager.
And she goes, hey, can you connect me to that room? And she's like, what room, honey? I don't know, the one with the guy in it. And she's just going through every fucking room.
fucking room. Every phone's ringing. Some guy's like, as hard as a board, like, God
Damn it! Yeah, what do you want? Jesus! I still got 15 minutes. Oh, it's not the front desk. What the fuck? Yeah. And so she finally gets Hoff's room, right? Yeah. She's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I took your car. I just can't trust anybody."
And he goes, "Look, you're in the middle of a coke war between the Iranians and the Colombians." And
I'm like, "Is she? Wait, hold on.
what?
Where did this
when did the
plot
Iranians
When did we
pop
talk
up?
about Iranians?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
the fuck, man? Iran Contra shit in this. What's going on, man?
What? I could have known this if I wasn't in the shower with Hasselhoff. Maybe you could have told me
Guys,
about
I don't
it.
know how many times I wrote this shit goes to the top in my
then-
notes, but it does.
It's true. And then much like Blue and Garcia, Linda goes, I'm very confused.
yeah.
Like, yeah. She goes, I'm going to go see my father. He's like, you need to talk to Barbara.
This is just now it's become like a Monkey Island type game where
Thank
you get
you.
lost at some point,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, maybe I should just go and like back to that location and talk to some guy. Maybe he'll know what I'm supposed to do.
The
or
full
something.
throttle guy going to show up.
Yeah, like
Maybe
do
he
I
could help.
do I like combine this bubble gum with a paper clip and get through a door or something? I don't know what the fuck to do.
But
Call Lucas. Lucas's hotline, you know.
So yeah, the boys come out with the truck, and she took his clothes when she left, so he comes out in only a towel and is immediately catcalled by two people walking by.
I think that was in Hoff's script. Is he's like, if I'm not gonna like have sex with a lady in a movie, I still need to get catcalled constantly. They're like, whatever you say, Mr. Hoff.
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Yep.
Because he runs through the parking lot and somebody's like, ow, and he's just like, oh.
Ooh,
He
I
gets in
can't
the
even
car.
leave the house.
Yeah. So he
What is this, Germany?
he changes in the car, he puts on his shirt and everything. And they're on their way to Vernon's house. Then Linda comes home and she's like, "Hi, Dad." And he's like, "Well, I guess you didn't kidnap yourself, And she's like, I just met some guy in a bar and suddenly all this stuff happened and I got arrested and stuff." I'm like, wait, then now I'm more confused. What the fuck? What? Because he's like, you got arrested with your boyfriend. And she's like, he wasn't a boyfriend. I just met him at a bar.
He's helping me with a video I was making.
It's like, what the fuck? What?
There's a dead bartender back there.
And John Vernon's just like, God, I wish there was fucking killer clowns in this movie. Like, this is the point where it's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, he's begging for a popcorn gun at this point.
He's like, where's my Panama hat? And
I feel better with my hat.
He's like, hey, Linda, do you know this Miami Vice guy that's here in this house or something? Because I don't know him either. And some guy appears at the the door, at the stairs, and he's like, "Hi, I'm in this scene, and you're all bad, and I'm gonna kidnap Linda and take her, and John Vernon, you owe me money." And Vernon's just sitting there. He's like, "I don't know."
He looks at the screen and just shrugs.
Guys, this is what
Every
happens.
scene has somebody going, "What?"
Linda
Yeah.
Blair comes home. She talks to John Vernon. He's like, "I don't know what's going on in the movie."
And then henchmen show up to take her away again.
Yeah, and then he just stands there as they take away his daughter, and they're like, "You better have our money or you won't get her back." And I'm like, "Wait, hold on, guys. This is where the point, if I was John Vernon, I'd be like, guys, wait. You don't need to go back to Colombia. Let's just get the money now."
Well, how much you want?
Yeah, because we're
cut
all
you a
here
check
right
right
now.
now.
Guys, why don't we just do it right now, right? We can go to the bank. And they're just like, "Nah, the audience wants us to go back to Colombia."
And the bank closed at 5.
Yeah, also
And,
runtime. So
And Linda is even kind of bored with this idea at this point because she goes, "Oh God, is this all you guys do?"
Yeah, she's like, fine, I'll go. Like, it's like
great,
how
I'm
many
kidnapped
times?
again.
So where? What
how
the
many
fuck
times
is happening?
has this happened for her to be like, oh, fine, I'll go. Like, again.
this
And then Vernon, as they're taking off with her, he goes, "Caesar, you don't need to hurt her." And Caesar looks back and winks at him.
is it. So does Vernon at this point still think this is a prank? Is this like the fucking Game with Michael Douglas type of shit where he's like,
That's
"Linda,
the thing is,
happy birthday"?
Linda has pulled so much bullshit that Vernon just doesn't know what to believe anymore.
It's a whole birthday present thing, Bobby. She's gonna go down to Colombia, have her little vacation, then when she comes back, she's turned 30. You know?
She's gonna come back from Colombia with 10 CDs for a penny.
Yeah,
Isn't that what they do there?
I get.
Pretty
I
sure
don't
there's a
know.
house there.
I think
There's
so.
got to be, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lawn with a bunch of
Zing.
CDs and cassettes.
I just keep writing, "What is happening? What is happening?" Why did John Vernon let these men in his house? Because they're all over, right?
They're just lounging around. Like,
Yes,
there's a
they're-
guy at the top of
I
the stairs.
thought they were his friends.
When I come home, there's a guy at the top of my stairs. Now, that's a fucking power play.
Yeah, that's a real Bronson move.
Like,
yeah.
that's
the
a
thing.
Bronson
He
fucking
lives-
move.
He doesn't live in a rural enough area for there to be any wood to
Any
chop.
wood to
Holy
chop.
shit, man. Yeah, this
So
is like...
instead, they just got to pull up on every chair he has in his house.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. The real Bronson power play in a city is you come home and he goes, "Fix that drain that was clogged." You're like, holy shit. And the wife's like, "You could never get that fixed."
Oh.
He's like, "Oh, God. I think you're supposed to go with him now."
And
Or the guy
Bronson-
just hands Bronson his keys and
Yeah.
walks out and goes, "Yep."
Hands up in the air, just dusts his hands and says, well, I guess I'm done here.
He reaches around, Vernon grabs a towel and goes, "I'm going to run a bath." He's like, "It doesn't care what you do. You don't live here anymore. You can let yourself out."
So, yeah, all this happens. They just kidnap Linda over and over and over and over again. And they're like, "Vernon, you better give us some money." And he's like, "How much?" But they leave. He doesn't know.
He didn't find out.
Yeah, nobody
He
found
says,
out.
"I don't know. Viewers,
And
do
then,
you know?"
Yeah, the boys show up and they go, "Press 1 if you want us to go into Vernon's house. Press 2 if you want us to follow the Colombians." They want us to go visit Vernon. So they go inside and they're like,
It's a
"Hey,"
national treasure.
Yeah, and so Hoff goes up. He goes, "Do you know what's going on in the movie?" And Vernon's like, "Fuck if I know, dude. I mean,
You
I
only
thought."
gave me 10 pages of script.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you know what crime Linda committed?" And Vernon's like, "No,
Nope.
no, I don't know, man." And so then Hoff's like, he reveals a little of the plot right here, where he goes, "The Colombians are using your warehouse, and somehow you're connected." And Vernon's like, "Oh, I think." Shit
He's
goes to
like,
the top, man.
Hey, that sounds all right.
Yeah, he's like,
And
"Whatever
he's
you
like-
say."
He's like, "Look, if you want to get my daughter back, I have a plane."
Yeah. He goes, "Off to Burbank Airport, everybody."
Yep.
And
so we go.
And they say, "Call Van Nuys, use the FBI bullshit." And so the boys,
Yeah.
so Blue and the Bean, each get on the phone and start doing their FBI runaround with people to clear some airspace, get everything set up for the plane to take off.
The fuck? What? Like, what the fuck's going on, man?
Oh, we're not in on it.
Stock footage.
We're not bounty hunters.
Roll the stock
Yeah.
footage we got,
Yeah.
fill it in.
There's
So
a lot
then-
of Nunya going on.
Then we go to Burbank Airport, and some old salt airplane man is sitting there, and he's like, "You guys in the movie?" And they're like, "Yeah, we got a plane waiting here for us." He goes, "Just right out there." Like, "Did you see Linda and the Colombians?" He goes,
Yeah, they just took off.
I think they went to some place called Agua Dulce."
And then Garcia goes, "Oh, fucking Agua Dulce, that's bandit country, man."
And the director's like, "What city is Agua Dulce in?" The answer is nobody gives a shit. Some shithole country is
That's
what
right.
it is.
It's in the town of Who Cares-o.
It's in the continent of Mexico.
Right. which may be in South America. I don't know.
Who
I don't
gives a
leave my
fuck?
city.
You know what? You started talking. You said South America, and I just rolled my eyes back in my head and almost fainted.
And he went, oh, this again. But
Who cares?
So as they prepare to take off, Garcia laments that they haven't made a fucking dime yet. So
Yeah.
what's Juanita going to feed the babies?
Yeah, what is she gonna feed the
And-
babies? Well, he calls up the boss in the air because
Yeah.
he's like, "Look, we got an airplane, so they got to go somewhere."
And so they're trying. He's like, "Well, call the boss. Get some money wired.
Yeah.
To basically get in advance."
By the way, who flies?
Who was the pilot? Did
I don't know.
we show the pilot?
I think Hoff.
Baloo the bear is flying.
Yeah. Bo, 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 do, bo.
Fucking tailspin shit now.
Be amazing.
Yeah, you didn't see like Garcia with the little hoverboard out the back of it and
Yeah.
all that shit. Yeah,
Garcia cloud kicker.
yeah. He's got his backwards hat on and
Be
shit.
amazing. But
Where
and
are
so,
they
yeah,
flying to, Bobby? Where are they?
They're going to Agua Dulce.
Here it is. Ready? All right. So where are they going in the movie? Well, here, let's do the pitch meeting, right? So here we go. Here we go. Linda Blair gets kidnapped. That's what you've told me. Then what happens?
I think there needs to be a desert of sorts.
She goes to a desert. Is it
Yeah.
a country or something? Or
It's hot. It's dry.
it's hot, it's dry. So it's one of those south ones, right?
What have you? Yeah.
Bill, do you know any? Can you make heads or tails of this shit?
I don't fucking know, man.
What's down below America? Is there a country down? I always
What's
thought.
south of America?
I think it's
Is
just
it?
one garbage heap.
Wait, you're telling me that there's two Americas? You're telling me there's a north and a south? I just thought it was USA.
I thought we settled that in the 1800s.
Yeah. Did we not take enough land from Mexico? Are they still fighting that war?
The North and the South are still fighting?
Lock and load.
was that the Civil War?
Was that how we got Mexico up in California?
I thought we took them, right?
We took them for everything they had.
What's
You're
an,
telling me Baja California is a part of Mexico?
what's an Alamo?
So,
So they go to some
They called
shithole,
to,
right, son? They go to a shithole, right?
yeah, they're going to a shithole
Because the
they're going to the shithole country from previous Blair members.
It really is. It's the shithole country from Night Force because everything is fucking bamboo.
Absolutely.
Like, look,
In a country with no bamboo.
all they could get was tiki decorations, okay? Yes, in a country with no bamboo, it's fucking filled with bamboo. However, Colombia, by the way, I think has a lot of like jungle type topography, so they might have, actual bamboo down there, right?
Sure.
But not where they are,
No.
because they go to fucking the back lot of Universal. Like, this is
Absolutely.
like, they're clearly in like Simi Valley or some shit.
You know where they are? They're in that like dump that they were in earlier
Yeah.
with the rubber bullets.
I mean, you didn't
You just
see
turn the camera and there's no junk in the way anymore.
You didn't. If you turned the camera one more inch, you would have seen an orange car fly by, and they go, "Well, those Duke boys are at it again."
Yeah, absolutely. So on their way to the shithole country, when they're trying to get money wired for Juanita and the babies, the boss man says, "I'll give them groceries, but not money, because this ain't a Mexican charity. If I give them money, they'll just spend it on marijuana and wine."
Jesus.
You listen. You heard so much more than me because in my notes I just wrote, "Boss, I don't know, something about getting money to Charlie, maybe groceries."
No, he says a lot of specifically racist shit.
Yeah, I think I just tuned it out at that point, and I just kept thinking, "Where are they going?"
Yeah, you're busy shouting about Night Force.
Yeah. So we get to Agua Dulce, guys. Guess who's the one resident in Agua Dulce?
Who's running the gas station at Agua Dulce?
Uh-oh.
Grindbin All-Star.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo's
He's in
back.
fucking everything.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, he's quietly racking up like 19 Grindbin appearances.
So he shows up and he's like, "Hey, I'm in this movie. It's me, Danny Trejo." And they're like, "Hey,
For once, you're not in a prison.
yeah, exactly."
He's
I
just a
think
guy working at his job.
Yeah.
He's not stabbing anybody.
He's like, "Welcome to Agua Dulce. There's a lake down there." And then Hoff's like, "Oh, hey, we'll go check it out." He goes, "No, you can't check out the lake.
You're not allowed to go down.
In fact, I don't know why you're here." And he's like, "Oh, we flew in on our private plane. We're checking out condos down south, I don't know, down south somewhere."
South
What
of here.
country are we in, sir? And he's like, "We're in Agua Dulce." And he's like, "That's good enough for me. So can you fill up our plane with some gas here?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess." And then they hitch a ride with a truck.
Yeah,
To the bad
Garcia
guy's
runs
place.
over and he
Yeah.
speaks to this guy driving a big flatbed, gives him a little bit of money, and they get to hop on the back of the truck.
Yep. And then we
Stop
go
cue
to
style.
Yeah. And we get out of the truck. I write, "The fuck is going on?" There's a guy dressed like a mariachi band member.
Yep.
What
Full
the
on.
fuck, man? Like, they ran out of costumes and they just had to raid the fucking...
Chris, you know damn well they didn't run out of costumes. How do we know he's a Hispanic person? He's got to dress like one. Have you ever been there? Every time I've ever been to one of them countries, they always dress up in the garb and everything, and he's got to have a sombrero and the old
Because the
old
truth
jacket.
is, the producer's never been south of the border. He's only been to El Torito.
Yeah,
he's
and
only
this is how
watched-
his server showed up.
And yeah, here's what I know. They sing a lot, and they make the guac at the table.
Yeah, and also they ride horses because they don't have cars and that shit all. They only got horses. So this mariachi man runs a horse rental business in the middle of nowhere, apparently. Where are we? We're in the middle of nowhere. And he
so,
goes,
yeah, we established very quickly he's not a mariachi.
Yeah.
Why the hell is he dressed
He's
as one?
dressed like a fucking mariachi, and he goes like, so you guys need some horses? Like he's doing his best Cheech Marin impression, right? He's like, you all need some horses? And they're like, I think. Do you know where the bad guy lives? And he's like, yeah, down that road. And then he's just like, all right, let's go rent some horses. Wait, you, Blue. Hey, I know you. You used to
play
play
for the
football.
Oakland Raiders.
Guys, here's the next catchphrase, because the first one didn't work, right? What's the next catchphrase that's going to be used twice in this movie? Well,
Flattened him like a tortilla.
flatten them like a tortilla. Yeah. It's a thing. It's ethnic because they're down there and they love the tortillas.
What's
It'll
the
be a
flattest
great
thing a
thing.
Mexican knows?
Tortilla.
Tortillas.
You can just imagine that, the writer's room. They're like, Mr. Crown, we can't figure out what's the flattest thing a Mexican would know. Tortilla. Okay, that works. Flatten them like a tortilla.
So embarrassing. So yeah, the whole time
Like a tortilla. I'll tell you this. I did get a little chuckle because it was such a bad line. I was like,
I gotta say,
are we
this
fucking
guy
serious?
playing this horse salesman
Best,
is,
best person of the movie.
He's doing a great performance. He's
Yeah.
actually a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. He went all out. Do you
He
think
seems
this
like
was
he
an
gets
actor
that
choice?
this is trash.
It wasn't an actor choice that he showed up in that mariachi outfit. I mean, it could have been.
Just like
God.
John Vernon's fedora,
Could you imagine?
his Panama hat.
Could you imagine Crown handing Danny Trejo? He's like, "Can you please show up to set dressed like this?" And he hands him a mariachi picture, and he goes, "No."
Even at that point, even young, hungry actor Danny Trejo is still like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, you figure he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then he shows up to set in his regular clothes. He's like, "Weren't you gonna dress like a?" "Oh, I'll never mind, sir. Never mind."
Was I?
So then, he knows Blue from football. He really
And he's
likes him.
basically pulling a Chris Farley the whole way.
Yeah.
He's like, remember that time when you tackled the quarterback before he got to throw the ball?
Yeah, and he's like, football's great, right? Flatten him like tortilla. Flatten him like a
God
tortilla.
damn it.
And what's
Keep
the best way
saying
to
that line.
get out of this scene? Well, a sudden gunshot.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, Mariachi Man gets fucking shot in the chest.
Thank God. Thank
And
fucking
he falls
God.
off his horse. And everybody's like, holy shit. So here's the thing. They weren't even shooting at them. There's a fucking giant civil war going on in this shithole country between who? I don't know. Iranians and Colombians? But we're not
Probably.
in Colombia.
The
and we're not
Iranians
in
and the
Iran.
Colombians are fighting in Mexico?
Yeah, or somewhere, right? Who knows? So...
It's like when you press random select in a fighting game.
Yeah. This is when I got really mad, by the way. And I wrote, I mean, they had Vernon in the same room. They could have just got the money then. We didn't need this.
Any of this.
And now a mariachi man has died. What I think.
That's mariachi blood on your hands, guys.
Because we go behind a rock, and the mariachi man's like holding his chest. He's like, no, it's fine. It's just a flesh wound. I'll be all right. I'll
This
be
is
all right.
The day their music died.
Yeah, and he's like, remember that time, though, that you tackled that
I
guy?
start singing "Remember Me."
He looks at Blue. He goes, remember that time you tackled that quarterback?
Oh.
And he goes, yeah. What'd you do, man? And he goes, I flattened him like a tortilla. Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm hoping he's gonna throw him a jersey.
You refried his ass like beans, right? And he's like, yeah. You're gonna live, mariachi man.
Dice his ass like salsa.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine.
And so they're
That
stuck
would have been really
behind-
funny though, as if like he kept doing puns based on Mexican food. Diced his ass like salsa, Chris. I really like.
And then
He watches a guy with a machete. Man, he diced his ass like salsa.
And then Blue just puts his fingers over his eyes and he goes, shh, 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 shh.
But I'm not dead.
The bullet's stuck in your body. You'll be dead soon. Lead poisoning or something.
Yeah,
right?
guy. I don't even know what horchata is. All right, just close your eyes.
So then we go back to horse riding. Yeah, they all get shot up, right? So here's the thing: is there's like 100 guys, like 100 people fighting.
There's a full-blown Western happening.
Yeah, it's like
The
Westworld.
fucking Battle of the Alamo is going on.
You got to the point in Westworld where they're having the Battle of the Alamo, basically.
Oh yeah, like the guards and the robots and everybody, just bodies thrown about.
And you half expect, Ed O'Neill to show up and just start fucking offing people, right? Not Ed O'Neill, right?
I was like, why?
Well, Pig. Yeah, Westworld, huh?
Oh, my life stinks. I'm stuck in Westworld.
That's the couple I really want to see.
Got the Bundys go to Westworld.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it'd be so cool.
Yeah. I think we know
David
what happened.
Faustino running around a cowboy hat trying to get whiskeys.
Yeah, somebody's getting a pie to the face.
Thanks, Dad.
But they're hiding behind this rock.
Yeah.
During the battle, and Hoff decides that there's a time for shooting and there's a time for talking.
Yeah.
So he rubs a bunch of dirt in his hair and he gets up and starts waving his arms around and getting everyone's attention.
He goes, hey guys, I'm on your side. I'm a white guy in the middle of the fight. And they go, oh, don't shoot him. He's fine.
Don't shoot the white guy.
Yeah. He's here on a tour. He's looking for a condo. And so then everybody else is just sitting there. They're like, what is he doing? They're like, I don't know. Is the movie still going?
And he's basically pulling like a take me to your leader.
Yeah.
Middle
of
a fight.
Cut back to Linda, and here's the thing. She's on some cocaine ranch, right? And she's just enjoying her vacation at
She's
this
just
point.
fucking chilling.
Chris, she's even got her little Mexican outfit,
That's
right.
right.
That they
This
got
isn't
for
even
her at the
close
gift
to the
shop.
first time
She's
this
waiting on her
happened.
margarita.
Like you said, from Night Force, they got one of them coconut bras, jumping beans,
She is chilling like she's at Westworld.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I got kidnapped by the Mexicans. I guess I'm over here now
and
drinking a
she's like,
margarita.
in this gift shop, do you have any of them jumping beans, or is that just something I heard about? Oh, you got an outfit. Oh, I love the traditional garb.
Do you have one of those rattler shaker things?
Yeah, so she buys the traditional garb, she puts it on, and she's like, look at me, I'm going to take a siesta now. And she takes a nap, she wakes up, she walks out on the lake, she's like, this is beautiful. And she goes over and she's like, oh, what are you guys doing? You weighing the cocaine, ladies? And she's watching them just weigh the cocaine
You know
out
what?
in the
It's
sun.
hot.
Yeah, it's just hot out here. You guys got to work outside all day. This goes on for minutes. I'm not kidding, Bobby.
true.
You're just looking at me like I'm crazy. This is
No,
what's
I know.
happening in the
I
movie.
saw it too.
Is Linda's on vacation and they filmed it. They're like, we could maybe use this for a tourism thing for Mexico or something. They got cocaine there, right?
Linda Blair is like a tourist ambassador now for Mexico.
Yeah. Come on down. This part's just for the movie, but everything else is beautiful, isn't it? Oh, look at these horses. And these horses come up and she goes, is that David Hasselhoff? And he's like, hey, it's me.
And the horse neighs. Yes, it's me.
And so Hoff pulls up and he's like, "Oh, hey, I'm here to pay for your ransom or something like that. I don't know. I'm here to rescue you, but I'm also hanging out with Miami Vice over here. We're all friends now, right?"
Yeah.
And so Miami Vice is like, "Hey, what's going on? Maybe we should have a meeting." So him and Hoff and Linda sit in a room and he's like, "Are we all in agreement that a movie's still going on?"
And so they try to get their stories straight. Everyone's laying out what they know about what's going on in this movie. Getting everybody on the same page.
And
Like,
everyone
well,
compare notes.
We got like 10 minutes, so we got to make sure we all know how this is going to
We all
end.
got to
Yeah.
finish on the same beat.
And so Miami
We
Vice
can
goes,
still make this movie work.
Yeah.
We just need to all work together.
This is when Miami Vice goes, okay, so I want some money. And they're like, okay, we got that part of the movie. And he's like, but why do you want money? And he goes, well, John Vernon lets us use his warehouses, but he messed up a shipment. And Hoff goes, but it wasn't his fault. And he goes, well, I don't care if it's not his fault. I want the money for my drug shipment. And
Not
then
an unfair request.
he's like, oh, okay, so we'll give you the money and everything's cool. And he's like, okay.
Man,
all
this could have been handled
I'm
by
leaving
Vernon.
now. And then when he leaves and David Hasselhoff turns to the camera and he goes, what crime did Linda commit? What crime has she committed that warranted $1 million bail?
Yeah.
What do you have
Guys?
to do for there to be $1 million bail?
Guys, murder?
Someone's dead.
Yeah.
More than one person, probably.
I'm telling you that.
What crime did Linda commit?
I'm Linda Blair, and this is the Salad Bar Massacre.
I mean, what the fuck's going on? And at this point, maybe she's enjoying her new life. She's like, actually, I'm in a country now that they can't get me for the crime. Maybe I'm just going to stay here. And so they go, okay, well, I guess we're going to rescue or something. I don't know. So basically they also, I thought they wanted to get rid of Linda so she wouldn't testify or something, like the Colombians did, but
That
apparently
may have been true earlier.
this is about they want money, and also at the same time she committed a crime. Are these things related,
No.
or is it just...
No, they're not.
Okay, so then Miami Vice leaves, yeah, and then Hoff and Linda try and figure this shit out on camera, is what I write. They turn to each other like, do you know what's happening? They click on the camera, they're
Ding, ding,
tapping
ding.
the audience. They're like, are you still awake? Cut to, it's night now. A little fiesta with the local workers. So
Yeah.
we're also having,
We work hard, we play hard.
Yeah, this resort also comes with the dinner package, right? And Linda's like, I'm a little drunk. I drank a little too much of that sangria. And she's just,
don't eat the worm.
Yeah.
She's like, man, this one's
Yeah.
not as crazy as the voodoo one I did. But
She had that mezcal. You're right, Chris. She ate the worm at the bottom. And she's like, oh, I'm a little tipsy. And so she's like, I don't go to bed. They go into her bedroom, right? And they go into the cabin, their little vacation cabin. And for some reason, now Blue and Garcia are watching us. They're like, dude, what the fuck's going on? And the mariachi guy's still like, dude, I'm still alive. Hello. This fucker's turning into Demon Cop on the side, And he's like, hey.
see if his ass in the air.
And they're like, shh, shh, they'll hear you. Shut up. Shut up. Remember when you flattened that guy? Like it was here. We'll talk later, man. And so then it cuts to Miami Vice guy, and he's like, yeah, go in there, goons. Go check out what they're doing in that cabin that there's only one exit for. And so they look inside the cabin, and David Hasselhoff and Linda are like, I think they're looking at us. Should we pretend to have sex? And she's like, I don't know what purpose that'll serve. Why? I don't know, because we're a man and a woman, but we don't have any sort of sexual attraction to each other, and we've never established that. So let's just get under the covers and fake hump.
We need a funny gag scene for the trailer.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
And so they sit under the covers, and this is when a guy checks his watch and he goes, there's 10 minutes left in this movie. Linda's not getting naked. And you can see the blood boiling.
The vein is bulging from the neck.
Yeah, and Mr. Crown going, gotcha. I got you $3, you sucker.
Man.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's amazing. For all the crimes, this is what Mr. Crown's going to jail for.
Yeah. So it's morning now, apparently, and Blue and Garcia just start shooting fucking mortars into the camp.
They're bored.
Yeah.
They want this movie
They're
over
like,
with,
"Can
so
we
they
just-
start attacking the
Why do
camp.
they have to wait till dawn? Why not just wait till nighttime?
It looks better.
Chris, that's what I wrote too. I go, in the cover of night, this would have made more sense because
Yeah.
now everybody's running away in the light.
Fleeing in terror.
They
Yeah.
didn't get the idea in time. They're like, right.
So they're
Well, guess I better do it now.
they're firing fucking mortars into this camp, and I'm like, how fucking great would it have been if it just got that cabin they were in? And they're like, whoops. I thought you said you know how to aim this thing.
I say a lot of
Yeah.
things. Let's get back up there.
So they're going to have the mariachi guy dress up as Linda and take her to the court.
Yeah.
And do
And then you know what the mariachi guy says when they hit that cabin? You flattened it like a tortilla.
And then you diced them up like salsa.
And then you put them in a bowl like a tostada. And like, do you have any more food? You're running out of food.
You shredded those guys like a big block of shut up.
And then you rolled them like a churro. Yeah. And then you put them in a coffin and put them in the ground like a tamale.
You've had some weird tamales, bro. It's like a lutefisk tamale.
So basically, there's a long-ass fight scene. Mariachi guy's still alive, holding his bloody chest,
You
by
can't
the
kill
way.
this guy.
He is still there, and
Was he
he's
shot
also
near the heart too?
By the way,
No,
he's-
this is-
it
you know what
was-
this is?
Shot in the heart. He's like,
Guys.
no, dude, I'm fine.
This is the revelation that he's one of the hosts at Westworld.
Oh, shit!
That's why he
Right.
didn't die.
That's this makes much
He's like,
more
son
sense.
of a bitch, I'm a host.
Yeah. So how often, Linda, their plan is to just run away when the mortars hit? That was the plan.
Yep. They discussed
right?
that while they were kicking their feet under a sheet.
And during the middle of this fight that takes forever, I go, there's less than 10 minutes left of this movie. I can't make heads or tails of any of this. Right? And so I just wrote, I think they just had this shit on the fly,
Yeah.
right? And they were like, we'll figure it out later. Here's what we got to make on movies, guys.
We'll connect it.
1, a place that looks like a country that's not America. 2, a mariachi outfit. 3, this Mexican outfit for Linda. 4, David Hasselhoff. Go.
See what you can do.
Oh, and I got a mansion. Okay, rich daughter gets
We shook it
kidnapped.
all up in a cup.
Yeah. Oh, and a strip club.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because they don't know.
So they're running away on horseback, and Hasselhoff's like, "Where'd you learn to ride like that?" And then she goes, "Daddy's riding club."
Yeah, which is also just the same thing as Night Force.
Yep.
The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he
And so-
goes, when she, oh, well, go ahead.
No, please.
Well, nothing happens. They just fight people for
Right, that's kind of what I was getting
about
at.
8 minutes.
Our heroes all decide to take cover behind nothing, seemingly.
Yeah.
Like, they're not hiding behind a structure or
Yeah.
anything, but they're just all, like, taking cover.
Somehow Garcia has an Uzi, and he takes out like 90 guys.
Well, it's like an RPG where you can like have a bunch of weapons on you that aren't visible while
true.
your character's on screen, but your satchel that is also not visible on screen during the gameplay.
He's accessing his...
His inventory.
yeah, and he pulls out the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
And so we get Salazar's helicopter blown up.
Oh, yeah.
Salazar shows up in a helicopter.
Hasselhoff does like a fucking Far Cry type move, and he brings down a helicopter with a grenade launcher. And then Bobby... Holy shit, man.
Flat like a fucking tortilla.
Oh, Jesus.
Zing!
That's when the crowd stands up and cheers.
That seriously is like, how rude.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Linda goes, "Is the movie over?"
We're almost there. And, you know, we get a reprise where he goes, "Where'd you learn to shoot like that, Linda?" And she goes, "Daddy's shooting club."
Oh, that's right, because they get in the truck on the way out, because apparently the guy with the truck waited a whole day for them in this parking lot, right?
Yeah.
How much money did they
And
give him
that's-
to just cool his jets while they got into a massive shootout?
Well, apparently $50, because there's at one point when Hoff goes, "Give me the 50, I don't know where my $50 is." But then Linda kills a man. Yeah, that's where would
Wouldn't
you
be the
ever shoot
last.
like that? Yeah. And so then everyone's flying back on the plane, right? And then Hoff calls the boss. Here's the thing: is that the boss is talking to them on a phone,
Yeah.
yet Hoff's calling him on a CB radio.
Yeah.
which I was like, does not
No,
work that way.
no.
not the same type of transmission. But who fuck?
Well,
Nobody cares.
No, well,
Shut up. He's like, "Can I have 250 grand?" to the boss, and he's like, "I can't hear you. We'll talk about it when
it's
you
like
get back
banging
here."
a pen on the receiver.
Yeah. And then Linda goes, "Hey, 250 grand, you know, there was 10 million in that safe back there."
And they all go, "What?"
Da, 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 going
you
to
see
the
the-
next adventure.
And you're getting the tailspin music as they turn the plane around.
Tailspin. Yeah, and they fly back.
Now, is this Linda actually singing on the soundtrack?
I was trying to. I couldn't tell in the credits.
I didn't see it in the credits.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Mike,
I
do you
didn't-
got some
I
info
did
for
not
us?
know.
I-
I don't know.
Because it
Because-
sounded like her.
But
Was
the
it never
notes-
too high, never too low? Was it right in the middle?
No, it's at the end.
No. I mean the singing. Not too high.
Oh, I thought that you meant a
Not
song
too
called
low.
that.
There were actually notes
Is
that
it-
were hit, and there was some good
Is
vibrato.
it right in the middle? Oh, it can't be our
It
girl.
was not her.
No, because we know the Night Force song when
Yeah.
Right.
just right in the middle.
Paved
you know?
with gold.
Yeah, exactly. Chris,
maybe-
too high,
maybe
too high.
Yeah, I
Try
gotta
it
bring
again.
low.
Try it again.
Once in the top. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, she goes.
Really sweet, we paved with gold.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
Good.
Linda, if you can't hit the note, just hit one, because then nobody will know if it's a note or just you hitting the same tone.
So yeah, not Linda's singing us out of this one, and I still don't know what this movie is about, guys.
No. But apparently they're going on the next adventure because they really expected there to be a WB2. But
So now they've kidnapped Linda.
this ends just like Raw Force, you know, like he winks in the plane and it goes to be continued or not, right? And so here's the thing: do you recommend it, man?
Oh God. Well, no, because I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't. How do you recommend a film like this?
No.
First, you have to say, well, this is what it's about. Well, I can't tell you because therefore, with that, I can't recommend it.
Yeah. What crime did Linda commit?
This film.
Yeah. This is it.
Bobby?
I can't. No, I don't, because and I like movies that are kind of, you know, silly nonsense.
Yeah.
But it's not silly enough nonsense to make up for the confusion of not really being able to follow what's going on in this. It's just Hoff farting around, being like, "Aren't I the coolest?"
Yeah.
You know, and no, at least not in this movie.
Was this like a commercial for an album he was doing?
Right?
This is like some
I know his La
promotional.
Bamba single.
Yeah,
he's
it's like
putting out.
promotional thing.
They're like, I don't know, we got Hoff for a weekend. Can
It
we
just-
shoot a movie?
Yeah, it feels like a vehicle for whatever he was doing
Yeah.
that was bigger at the time.
And it's just a lot of generic settings and generic plot lines that
Yeah.
don't even follow through, and everyone's just kind of phoning everything
This
in,
is
quite frankly.
Yeah, this is VHS pick at the Truck Stop America bin for $5.
Yeah, this feels like a contractual obligation for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah, I'm a no.
solid
This
across the board.
Straight up garbage. This is horrible.
Yeah.
This was so bad, and like, you see, the thing is, like, with Night Force, right, which is my favorite Blairvember movie,
Oh, it was
other than
fabulous.
Moving Target. So
Yeah.
every year I have my favorites. Like, Night Force is Blairvember 1,
Yeah.
right? Blairvember 2 is certainly Moving Target, right? Chris, you loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should go listen to that episode if you
Bateman
want to
was
hear
great.
Chris's opinion on Moving Target.
Yeah.
This year is not WB Bean in the Blue, whatever it is.
WB Blue and the Bean.
We're starting out without the Blue Chew.
AKA
this
Bailout.
This is a real.
This is a dud.
Man, if this was WB Blue Chew and the Bean,
Yeah.
now we got a movie.
Yeah.
This blue, red, and orange with a boner the whole movie.
Yeah. This is a chilling. Like, this is like
Oh,
one where
yeah.
I went in with it expecting so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Because she's starring opposite of Grindbin also, just like Haggerty was in that one.
Yeah.
And it ends up being something that is so fucking bad and just nonsensical. You're like, I can't recommend this to anybody.
Would you fellas say that this is the worst movie we've ever done in a Blairvember?
No.
No.
That's up your alley by
Yeah.
far.
Okay, you'd rather watch this again than Up Your Alley.
I would rather. Oh,
Ooh,
yeah. Oh,
yeah.
my God. I would rather watch this than Up Your Alley or, Night Patrol. Like, I don't need Murray Langston in blackface.
No, definitely not.
Chained Heat.
Definitely not.
Oh, Chain Heat's much better than this,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this movie, it's like bottom 4, you know?
All right, great way to kick off Blairvember.
Well, that's how we always do, man.
The snooze.
You always got to start with the worst.
You got to
so-
sneak it.
Yeah, fuck it. You know?
Yeah.
Anyways, do you hear that sound?
Yep.
How do you think Bobby and DeVito fit in the world of Bailout? Chris?
Okay, let's go to the hotel. When the woman comes out, full frontal,
Oh, boy.
and she's been busy, and she sends away Hoff, and she goes, how about a movie? She goes, I guess not. And she goes back, puts that VHS back in the camcorder, and there's Bobby and DeVito naked on the bed, ready to do some filming. And they do some filming, and they do their deed with the woman, and they give her $15. They leave, and then they go, what do you want to do now, Bobby? DeVito, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Why are we even here?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Yeah.
Bobby, what do you think? So I think on the way back to get the larger dollar sum when they do the U-turn in the plane, someone finally straight up asks Linda, so what were you doing time for?
Oh,
And she went, well,
boy.
one of my pranks got a little out of hand,
Oh, no.
and, a lot of women went missing. A lot of them. And they're like, well, you couldn't have done that yourself. And then they get to where the money is, and they see a familiar yellow van.
Oh, boy.
And they see two mariachis standing there looking like the number 10.
Mariachis.
And the van has a sombrero, too.
Well, when you go to Mexico, you got to put on a sombrero, including
las nañas.
even the cars. I think the cars have sombreros.
You see, and then Linda leaves with them. Because they're still her accomplices. This was the greatest prank she ever pulled.
Oh.
And now she looks up and goes, Bobby, I got the money.
Do you think at the end of the movie, Hoff's like, why don't we have any gas in the plane? And Linda goes, gotcha. Oops.
It just nosedives.
Yeah.
Actually parachutes out.
Yeah, kind of like the end of
TV
Night Force when
Yeah.
some guy's like, I don't know how to fly this shit, crash into the side of a
Oh,
mountain.
that's when Pin tries to fly the plane. It goes smashing into the side of a
he needed
mountain.
Pin.
Yeah.
That would have helped a lot.
Yeah.
If, like, the mariachi guy had Pin with him.
Yes, and Pin finally slits a throat.
Like a
Ear to
fucking
ear.
tortilla, right, Pin?
Slit his throat like a tortilla.
Cut him like a fucking tortilla.
Carne asada. There we go. I think that the boss is pretty pissed off because his boys have left town, right? His three #1 bail bond crew, right? So he calls up the other crew.
Gotta replace him.
Where he calls up and
God.
he hears
The V Squad.
And Bobby's like, yeah? And they're like, he's all, well, I finally got jobs for you. DeVito, it's our time. Who do you got this to pick up? And he goes, well, there's an heiress.
It always starts with there's an heiress.
And you just hear DeVito go, cha-ching, in the background. And Bobby goes, got it. And then
the tape in.
they go on the next adventure.
Man, part 2 sounds promising.
Yeah, however, they get killed by a bunch of Iranians.
Oh, no.
So it really fucking... Actually, it was the Libyans! It was the
Bobby, it's the Libyans.
Yeah, you know what's the really fucking crazy thing, guys, is I'm going to tie this in, is that they pull into a mall parking lot, right? In the middle of the night, and DeVito's like, Bobby, what are we doing here? And he's like, I think this is where he said the heiress is going to be, where we pick her up. He goes, oh, maybe she's in that white van. And then all of a sudden they witness Doc Brown being murdered by a bunch of Libyans, and they're like, I think we've seen too much. We got to get the fuck out of here. And then here's the problem. They go 88 miles an hour.
The van does?
Yeah. We're going to go back in town. Wow. But the problem is they end up in Back to the Future 3.
That's not a problem. That's
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's better
Where
that
you
they're
got to
back
get
there.
the DeVito love story. And Bobby has some cousin that speaks with an Irish accent or some shit.
Yeah.
Are you into joints or whatever?
That was Italian.
Yeah. Well, every impression he does is Italian.
That's all I can do, Chris. I'm Italian. What do you want?
That's it. Everything sounds like a pizzeria.
Yeah,
Or-
I came out of the womb like this.
I
What
know,
do you
you
want?
just stunts out of you.
Yeah.
I just
All
have to
right.
take my hat.
Well, thanks for joining us for the first week of Blairvember.
Yeah. And just so you know, recommendations for Back to the Future 3? No.
No. Thumbs down
No.
across the board.
Yeah. Across the board.
No.
Stop it.
I said no. I said no as well.
Really?
I don't like it. No,
Yeah.
I didn't like Back to the Future 3 either.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Ninja Turtles 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as time traveling
Oh,
part
man.
3s go.
If I got a choice between Old West Doc Brown and Turtles in Feudal Japan, I'm picking Turtles in Feudal Japan every time.
Damn Skippy hippie.
Yeah.
Fucking ZZ Top spinning their little banjos.
Oh, man. They should have had ZZ Top in Turtles 3. Right?
Spinning samurai swords.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they got their beards braided.
Yes.
That's fucking
Oh,
awesome.
my
and
God,
the
it would've
gag at
worked.
the end, they cut off their own beards on accident with their swords.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right. Yeah, that would have been nice. You know, just get ZZ Top out of here.
So, yeah, like us on Facebook. Hate us on Twitter. Be indifferent on Instagram.
Yeah.
Check out our Patreon. For as low as
$2
$2 a month, you get to watch some weird TV with us.
Yeah, there's a lot of Blairvember specials coming up. by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got plans. We always do.
And Chris, you got anything to talk about here?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Anything to plug, Mike?
Me?
Yeah.
Don't plug yourself.
No. Oh, buymichaeltanner.com.
Absolutely.
Tanner will be back. It's just
good.
he's been busy, so we haven't bothered
This
him.
dude's going on like a U.S. tour. He's been hitting up cons. He's
Good
traveling
man.
all over the place. He's a man of action.
He
He's
went
a
to
man
a
about
Grindbin
town.
favorite, by the way. He went to the Madonna Inn. I saw that.
Fantastic.
So good on you, Tanner. Yeah, buy Michael Tanner. Junior Braves Volume 2's out, so support our friend. And yeah, that's about it. Plug. What do I
guess
do?
this is a kind of sentimental little tear in the eye. This is the last one in Grindbin Studios as it is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
It's true. Our last
Yeah.
episode at Grindbin Studios will be moving to a new location.
Mr. Crown is going to be demolishing this one because there's incriminating evidence.
Yeah, he's
Not
got
to be
to
left behind.
Stop it.
Yeah.
We
well.
told you Nick can't mention that.
All right.
slips, man.
Mm-hmm.
So before we go, oh no, why is that phone ringing?
Oh shit.
I thought we could get out before I was trying to get us out of here.
Really? Pick it up, Chris.
I thought we didn't pay. Hello.
Hello, boys.
Mr. C.
Hey.
I don't want to keep you long, but I just want to say Happy Blairvember, the third Blairvember.
It truly is
it's nice.
momentous.
It's nice to see you showed up and watched the correct movie this time.
Yep.
Was Bateman in this one too?
Nope.
Okay,
No
great.
Bateman and Switch this time. Sadly.
Look, I got a lot of surprises throughout this month, and if you think I won't be back, you're wrong.
Well, it's the best month for you to show up, Mr. C.
Mhm. That and the holiday Christmas party.
Is he allowed back at those?
Yeah, because last time he came in with a box over a certain part of him and said, unwrap this.
Guys, shut up. I
Yes, sir.
also brought somebody with me. Go ahead and take a bow. Happy Blairvember, boys. Hey, how's it going?
Oh Jesus! Hang it up! Hang it up! Okay, we're done. We're done. Bobby, start the minute.
So you gotta find somebody, you gotta pay some dues. If you're running from the law, don't wanna be inside your shoes. The man is out to get you, no getting out once you are in. They got just one thing in common, they're gonna outlaw sin. Shoot your ass with rubber bullets, blow you up and shake you down. You can run but you can't hide, they say you body by the pound. They don't do it for mama, no matter hearts like steel hammers. Don't you know you never win? Yeah. They got just one thing in common. See, they're gonna outlaw sin. When it's the fortune and glory, they're the best I've ever seen.
Hey, Bobby, I got the money.
Yeah, I made the team.
But you're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
Spooky got no real rhythm.
Hello, Mr.